a van, and the suspect fired indiscriminately, according to Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons.
Dallas Police Department and Texas Department of Public Safety did a great job with the ICE officers on the ground to secure that location. From all accounts, there was only one shooter involved, but FBI will do their thorough investigation. They'll follow every lead, his associates, and see if anyone else was involved that time.
He identified the suspects as 29-year-old Joshua John. He left behind a bullet etched with an anti-ICE message. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland says it raises questions about the security of federal buildings.
That's one of 9,000 or so federal offices and federal complexes in America. 9,000. There are thousands of Federal Protective Service officers. There's only so much manpower to protect all of these places. The vulnerability of federal complexes, federal employees, including those involving immigration and customs enforcement, have been a profound and growing concern here in Washington that have today broken through.
Ukrainian President Zelensky spoke at the UN General Assembly today and said Russia's president has brought about a deadly arms race with his invasion of Ukraine.
And every year that this war goes on, weapons become even more deadly.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio met in New York today with Russia's foreign minister, and President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff said progress on ending the war in Gaza could be coming soon. An energy company is settling for hundreds of millions of dollars over a wildfire from 2021. More from CBS's Matt Piper.
Xcel Energy says it will pay $640 million to settle lawsuits that allege the Minneapolis-based company was responsible for starting Colorado's most destructive wildfire. 2 people were killed and about 1,000 homes destroyed by the Boulder area fire in December 2021. Even with the settlement, Xcel says its equipment did not cause or contribute to the fire and is not admitting any fault.
A new presidential walk of fame was unveiled at the White House today, and Stacey Lynn reports one picture will raise eyebrows.
The White House shared a video on social media of the West Wing colonnade, which now features a wall of portraits of every U.S. president, except one. In the spot where former President Biden's picture would be, there's a photo of the notorious auto pen instead. President Trump shared his plan earlier this month in an interview with the Daily Caller, telling them, quote, "This is going to be very controversial."
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, U.S. Marshals now say Travis Decker is dead. The very latest after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Bucky's Complete Auto Care has our update. Let's update you if you're heading through Seattle. First, South 5 jam-packed from Lake City Way to I-90. It's a half hour between Linwood and Seattle. North 5 is packed at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both at 40 minutes. I-5 has scattered backups between Northgate and Linwood, and then 405 scattered backups between Kirkland and Totem Lake. Bellevue to Renton's at 25 minutes. South 405 is thick from mid-Bellevue to Cold Creek Parkway. North 5 and South Center, right at South Center Boulevard, the 405 off-ramp, a crash blocks the right lane. The off-ramp is open, though. Northbound 167, you're down to a single lane approaching Ellingson Road due to last night's bridge strike. You're backed up into Sumner. Southbound 167 is packed at State Route 18 to the scene. Renton to Puyallup is going to take you 45 minutes. Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. The U.S. Marshal Service declares Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 daughters, is dead. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey spoke to the Chelan County Sheriff.
Sheriff Mike Morrison tells me while he has DNA results from clothing believed to be Decker's found in the woods near the crime scene, he's waiting for DNA results from human remains found nearby in order to officially bring closure to family and friends and to dispel rumors.
We're also aware of some narratives that have got out there that he simply killed somebody else and left their remains on the mountainside.
Tuesday, U.S. Marshals filed a motion to dismiss an arrest warrant for Decker, advising a judge Decker is deceased. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The mother of the missing girl, Oakley Carlson, has been released from federal custody. The Department of Corrections says Jordan Bowers served time for identity theft and was released from the Washington Correction Center for Women. Oakley was last seen in 2021 at age 4 in Grays Harbor County. Her parents, including Bowers, remain persons of interest in her disappearance. An 11-year-old student is under arrest for bringing a gun to Liberty Middle School in Spanaway. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
He was on the bus Tuesday morning when another student saw the gun in his backpack and alerted school officials as soon as the bus reached campus. In an unusual move, the boy was booked into Raymond Hall Juvenile Justice Center. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto tells us why.
The preliminary investigation did determine this 11-year-old knew very well what he was doing and had taken substantial steps to bring this firearm to school.
The boy has been placed in a diversion program. If completed successfully, he will avoid any possible charges. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Seattle Mariners are the talk of town after punching their ticket to the playoffs.
Feels good. I'm a diehard Mariner fan, and I've been waiting for a division title since I was 5 years old, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
And the M's could win that American League West tonight. First pitch against the Colorado Rockies is set for 6:40. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunny skies today, some partly cloudy skies tomorrow with highs in the upper 60s. Right now, 71 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
What I'm looking for in a lover is someone who can take care of my 3 daughters, a mom for them and a hot mama for me. I have not been in love, much to the chagrin of my first wife. I know how to charm the socks off people. I often go to restaurants and I will, while people are eating, I'll start talking to them. My hidden talents include some very good impressions. Johnny Carson, if you're looking for a guy who makes $51K a year, if you're looking for a guy who's got a convertible, I'm your man. Let's just say that next to my waterbed is a can of whipped cream and some cherries.
Thank you, Joe. That's a little more sharing than I expected from you. Hey, guess you learned most of that in prison.
Jay, thank you.
It was Joe and I. There was a conversation Joe and I were having prior to coming on the show. The show is John Curley Show. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yay. Hey, you YouTubers in there. I know you talk. I know you do. We don't let you talk right now. Maybe one day we'll explain. Maybe when Brian gets back, we can get all this settled.
Right.
It's an ongoing mystery. 1-888-973-5476. Lots to get to. I think I'll dive into the news. Yeah. All right. We think this is all news. I was thinking, I'll tell you, you don't have to shave your head to get a better job. Plus, Farrah Fawcett, Johnny Carson, and Jodie Foster were all in this show, not at the same time. Ooh. What show was that? We'll talk about it. This day in history. 1-888-973-5476. The audience is so smart. Plus, also, I don't like going to people's homes where they make you take your shoes off, but after reading this article, I still dislike those people, but I can see why they make you do it.
Oh.
You're not one of those houses, are you? Please don't. Wait, hold on. This is a deal breaker of our friend. If you are one of those homes, I swear to God, I'll never look at you again the same way. So you have a choice. You could not answer. You could just say pass, and I'll just assume the best, or we'll just move on.
Pass. Hey, although I'll say, it is nuanced. It's not hard and fast. It's nuanced, and there are a lot of factors involved.
All right. Moving on. Trump's big speech there at the United Nations, and people are like, oh, this guy's crazy, whatever. I did a little bit of research to see the UN, because you really blasted away when it came to the climate change stuff. So I found a Swedish scientist that decided he wanted to look at 5 of the big stories, the big proclamations that had come out of the United Nations, and I've Wrote them down right there.
Oh, look at that.
Couldn't find a pen, so I used a red magic marker.
Don't throw it at the camera.
Climate misinformation from the United Nations. So you expect all of that. Let's see. Also, Jimmy Fallon back on the air, not local. I'm sorry, Jimmy Kimmel back on the air, not locally. And there were people protesting. I mean, protesting out in front of Como? Come on. He did everything but apologize. He cried, gave Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, gave her credit, but never an actual apology if people were waiting for something like that. Stephen Miller, who is right out of Central Casting, he is one small, probably I would say what do you think, about a 1/16 of an inch hairy lip, and you could put him in a movie for like a war movie where they goose step and stuff. I don't want to say something, get him in trouble. He is one.
He's terrifying.
He's terrifying. Anyway, apparently his wife, I don't know why she did this, she brags about describing him as a matador. Thank you, Joe. Plus, I don't know why, but I suggest. Well, I know because I love you. I love you. I subjected myself to watching the mayoral debate yesterday, Bruce Harreld and Katie Wilson, and we're going to try to get her on because I would give some tips for her. Because
she can't make it today, by the way. She's got another debate tonight.
Good.
But maybe Friday.
Good. I ran out of music. No. Plus, low-income Americans are slashing spending, worrying about the economy. And Rye stops by to talk Seahawks. Also Mariners as well. Ooh. Okay, got all that? There you go. So that's we're considering that to be news. All right, see. I was thinking. If you are on LinkedIn and you're trying to make better network and better connections and perhaps a new job, you need to be like the Hare Krishnas. Yes, like the Hare Krishnas. Does anyone remember the Hare Krishnas? George Harrison sang about it. That's a worse song. That's all it is. That's the whole song is.
Well, other hooks, they do Hallelujah.
Hare Krishna. All right, the Hare Krishnas, for those of you that are too young, and I don't know anybody out there that's too young to listen to this show, the Hare Krishnas were an Eastern religious sect. They originated out of Calcutta. They would march around. This is in the 70s. They'd march around. They shaved their head. They wore ill-fitting robes. They wrapped their calves in strange rags. They would have bells and sometimes beards. And they'd march and bob their head up and down. They'd march around on the streets and sing and stuff like that. They were trying to raise funds, and they would try to get people to donate. Nobody wanted to donate to them because it was just too strange. What are they doing? What's with the bells? Why do they wear their hair that way? So there are too many questions to have answered, and it just didn't raise any funds. But then they came along, and they came up with a unique way to get people to give them money. And this is also going to apply to your LinkedIn. Now, I'm not saying that you need to shave your head and smell like patchouli or the bottom of your grandmother's purse in order to get people to get something back to you. You use reciprocity. Now, reciprocity has been around ever since human beings ever started to form relationships with one another. Probably the best example of reciprocity is right in the beginning of the Godfather movie, where the Godfather, Marlon Brando, is sitting there, and the undertaker, comes in and asks for a favor because his daughter had been raped by these two guys. And he's like, you come here and you ask me for a favor. You've never done anything for me. Please, Godfather, please. Oh, this is so... He gets down on his knees and he's kissing his ring and everything. I'm going to ask you for a favor at some point. Right? That's reciprocity. I give you something, and in return, I get something back. So here's how the Hare Krishnas did it. They realized if they give you something, you will feel, because of reciprocity, because we have this sort of sense of fairness that's built into us, that you will give them something back. So you'd be walking through the Chicago airport or any airport where they're around, they're shaved heads, they got their robes on, they're walking around, and rather than asking for a donation, they would take like a little flower, often it was a cloth flower, and they'd pin it on your lapel, or they'd stick some book in your hand. At that point, you receive something, and then in return, because of reciprocity and our sense of fairness, we would stand there and listen to them tell you something, and then they'd ask for a $1 donation. Well, you'd think $1 for the flower or $1 for the book seemed to be a pretty good exchange, or whatever change you had at the time. Well, it worked. It worked so well that there were temples and buildings and centers. In fact, more than 321 of them spread all throughout the United States in a very, very short period of time, because they knew that if they gave you something, you'd get something back in return. Now, how does this work for your LinkedIn? Let's see if a whole bunch of followers, if people click into your connected network and stuff. You're supposed to post stuff, write stuff, put videos up, share, repost, things like that. And if anybody in your network then clicks on it and watches it, you go, oh, well, that is like a paper flower. They have now gotten something from you, right? And you, in return, will feel obligated to give them something in return. So you then DM them. Hey, I happen to notice that you took a look at that video of my cat, dog licking himself or something. Can I ask you, do you happen to know somebody that works at this particular business, and I'd like to be able to send my resume to you? Could you please take a look at it? Bang. Right there. Sense of fairness comes into play. Reciprocity is in play. You might feel at that point, okay, whatever. Why? Because you have this sense that you should return this favor, even though it really wasn't much of a favor. A dog licking himself, or some repost of like 17 points you're supposed to do before giving some presentation, some garbage somebody's put up on LinkedIn, and then you return the favor to them. It's reciprocity. I'm not asking you to shave your head and smell like the bottom of your grandmother's purse or anything like that. It's just simply being able to know you give somebody something, and in return, they'll give something back. It is reciprocity. It exists everywhere, in every single species. In fact, even with bats. So a bunch of bats fly out at night. They go around, they find a cow or something, and they suck the blood out of the thing, and then they come back. Now, if you were a sick...
I thought they ate bugs.
No, bats' blood. They drink blood. I mean, some eat bugs.
Okay.
Why don't you just sit over there with your bare feet? Where was I?
Bats.
No, who's running the teleprompter around here?
Right there.
There it is, right there. I'm at the UN all of a sudden. If you think any of this is written down, you're crazy. Okay, so bats. There are some that eat bugs. And then others suck blood. Thank you. What happens is, let's say that you were a sick bat and you were in the cave and you didn't get out that night to get your share of blood. Another bat will come up and see that, well, you didn't get any blood that night, or didn't get as much blood as some other bat did. So that bat will look into the eyes of the other bat and will then regurgitate some of that blood back into your mouth. Now, the two bats, while the one is sort of feeding the other, they're looking at each other. And they are memorizing each other's faces, because what's happening, the same way that Hare Krishna is giving something, there will be reciprocity. There will be a return of the favor. If not, oh boy, because the bat, looking at the other bat, receiving the gift of the blood, is memorizing that bat's little bat face. They're both looking at each other, and they know, and this has been tested and proven, that the bat that does not return the favor to any other bat in this big bat cave, oh yeah, will then be shut out from the rest of the group. Word will travel quickly among the bats that guy got some free blood, and guess what? He never gave blood to anybody else. And at that point, that bat, well, he's in trouble, or she's in trouble. Because if she ever needs a favor, or ever needs anybody to do anything for her or him, forget about it, because word spreads in the tribe that reciprocity was not reciprocated. You didn't get something back even though you gave something, and that bat might either be shunned from the community, or if it gets injured, or if they happen to really need something, they might end up killing that bat and getting everything back to normal again. So it's always in play. It goes back to the ancient Greeks. They knew it was the thing that bound us as a community. It kept us together. The sense of receiving, the sense of giving. Obligation, and then you fulfill the obligation. The same way the Godfather at some point would call upon the Undertaker to do him a favor about a certain thing. The chain was then connected. In the mafia, you're connected, and if any time that person calls upon you to do something that you know is going to be illegal, well, you've already agreed, because in this case, the Godfather made sure that the two guys that beat up the guy's daughter would probably be killed or beaten up as well. So if you would like to have more people on LinkedIn, you have to put something out there that somebody then receives and then expects in return there will be reciprocity. You don't have to shave your head. You don't have to wrap in rags. You could if you'd like. I don't know if it'll work for you. You don't have to smell like patchouli. There. Little tip for everybody out there. Questions?
I'll take a fat bat.
Okay, Aaron, let me put that down. One fat bat.
Wow.
How about that, huh? You'll live and learn on that one. You ever do anything on LinkedIn?
You know what? I use LinkedIn primarily for getting interviews for this show.
What do we ever do for people in return for them coming on?
Well, we'll send them copies of their interview, help them promote whatever it is that they're...
But we don't do anything to get them to come on. We're asking them a favor, right? But often in that relationship is, we'll put you on the air and then somebody will buy your book or something like that, right?
It's usually, I usually try to flatter them with your knowledge of whoever they are, why you're interested in...
Flattery works.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Oh, John is such a huge fan of your work. He's been following you.
By the way, waitresses and waiters do it for you as well. You know what they do? They leave a little mint. There's another study that was done where if a mint was left on the tip tray, you're more likely to get a better tip. Without a little mint, nothing but that little extra thing. Or the smiley face, that also helps. If the waiter or waitress touches you on the shoulder, that helps increase tips as well. There's a sense that, I feel some connection, so I'm going to give more than 10%. I'll give 15%. So all the little ways that the world works to make sure that you are giving them something back, whether you want to or not. There you go. All right?
How about them bats, though? Sheesh.
Crazy. Well, they're looking at each other. And, if someone's shooting blood in your mouth, you're like,
you owe me.
Better memorize. Yeah, about that. They don't mess around with bats. Those are the blood-sucking ones that go up on the cows, not the ones that are out there getting bugs. All right? Got all that?
Got it.
All right. The trivia question. I don't know why we're doing trivia all of a sudden. I just threw that in there. So who was it that appeared? Farrah Fawcett, Johnny Cash, Jodie Foster all appeared in this television show. Not at the same time. 1-888-973-5476. All right. Got it. Let's check with Nate over there, checking traffic. Nathan.
KIRO Newsradio Traffic Alert.
All right, we have a collision in Parkland. All eastbound lanes of 512 are blocked there at Portland Avenue. So right now you're being detoured off at Portland Avenue and you're backed up to I-5. This just occurred about 10 minutes ago. So right now, no estimated time to reopen. Northbound 167, we're down to a single lane approaching Ellingson Road there in Algona due to last night's bridge strike. You're backed up into Sumner. Southbound 167 already packed from State Route 18 past the scene into Sumner. Renton to Puyallup is a 50-minute drive. South Center North 5 at the 405 off-ramp. We've cleared that collision to the Gore Point. South 5 through South Center slows from the Boeing Access Road all the way down to State Route 516. Seattle to Federal Way, plan on 40 minutes. Here in Seattle, South 5 at Denny Way, we've got a new crash in the left lane. This adds to our backup starting in Northgate. Linwood to Seattle's at 35 minutes. North 5 is packed from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, little reciprocity for my friend Clint, who just wrote me, hey, reciprocity in place. Wish me a happy birthday. I'm 52 years old. There you go. By the way, Clint, I'm going to talk to you about your hair for a moment, because if your hair is beginning to thin and disappear, the crown disappears, you know what it's going to do? It's going to rob you of your identity. That's the exact same thing that happened to me before I visited Advanced Hair. You see, because Advanced Hair's got this simple one-day treatment. They regrew my own natural hair. They could do the exact same thing for you. Clint, on your birthday. Because you have a decision to make. Do you want to just go bald or you want to fix your hair? The answer is, of course, you would like to fix your hair. You want your hair back. You want it back. So you have to set up a free consultation. They'll give you $250 off, 250 free hair grafts, and all you got to do is call them at 425-449-8185. You don't want to wait because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. And get this, advanced hair is once again the 425 Business of the Year. That's 2 years in a row. 425-449-8185. Check them out online at advancedhair.com.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
2 years ago, my office launched a major media campaign to identify key witness to our client's bicycle accident, which we later settled for $10 million. Because when we accept a case, we don't rest until we do everything possible to improve our client's chance of recovery. We're one of only a few firms in the state with an in-house investigation team building our clients' cases. So when you hire Davis Law Group, you don't just get a dedicated and award-winning legal team. You get our commitment to better service and even better results. Request a free consultation today at 206-888-8888.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
When I needed some work done on my roof, there was only one company to call, Valentine Roofing. And let me tell you, if your roof or gutters are not fall ready, you need Valentine too. Hey, this is Jake Skorheim. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, even attic insulation to exterior cleaning, Valentine Roofing has been helping KIRO listeners for the past 15 years. And with zero down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. So do what I did. Call 206 Roofing and get your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Welcome to Quilting Mayhem. We are in Snohomish, Washington. We sell fabric, notions, we have classes, retreats, and we sell sewing machines and have sewing machine service. I am second generation of Association Washington business. They help me out in all the needs that I have to make sure that I'm taking care of my employees, staying up to date with all the state rules, and they advocate for me in what I need. One of the best benefits of being an AWB member is that it is giving me the opportunity to use Health Choice for myself, my employees, and my business. Everybody really should have health care. My employees are they're a family. We've created a community. We all care about each other. And I just needed to be there for them and their family so that they were taken care of because they take care of me every day in my business.
If you're looking for a great health plan for your employees, visit ProPointServices.com. Health Choice Trust is offered through the Association of Washington Business and powered by Primera Blue Cross.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Today, a gunman took aim at an ICE facility in Dallas, killing one detainee and injuring two others.
The Dallas field office came under sniper fire today.
That is Todd Lyons, acting director of ICE.
The shooter fired indiscriminately into vehicles. The detainees were in the vehicle at the time. They weren't outside. There was no way he could have known detainees were in there.
No officers were hurt. The FBI says the phrase anti-ICE was written on a bullet. An Oregon firefighter is back home after being detained by Border Patrol agents while he was battling the Bear Gulch fire. 23-year-old Rigoberto Hernandez was arrested last month
for refusing to answer their questions about his immigration status.
Matt Adams with the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project. He says they filed a lawsuit arguing the arrest was unlawful. Hernandez has lived in the U.S. since age 4 and had a pending visa. No comment yet from ICE. The mayor of Federal Way is touting a big crime drop in his city. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
From August of 2024 to August of 2025, crime dropped in Federal Way by 25%.
I think you should enforce the law if people come here.
What I attribute this to, the ability to pursue car thieves, which has absolutely had an astonishing impact on our ability to fight crime in this community.
Federal Way Mayor Jim Farrell tells the Jason Rantz Show on Seattle Red 770 AM that almost every serious crime in his city happened in or was facilitated by a stolen vehicle. Car thefts, by the way, were down 55%. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
There is significant damage to the bridge on northbound 167 near Pacific. WashDOT says a truck hit the overpass last night, now reducing traffic to one lane on that highway. WashDOT's R.B. McKeon says the bridge is part of the detour route for the already closed White River Bridge.
This is just a really unfortunate situation where we've had two bridge strikes in, kind of close proximity to each other.
No word yet how long before the 167 bridge is fixed. The White River Bridge should be back in service by mid-November. Let's check real-time traffic now at 3:32 with Nate Connors.
All right, in Parkland, all eastbound lanes of 512 are back open now. Portland Avenue following a brief full closure from a collision. You're backed up to I-5, a 3-mile backup, but that will start to dissipate now. Northbound 167, we're down to a single lane all day, approaching Ellingson Road due to last night's bridge strike. You're backed up into Sumner. Southbound 167 is packed from State Route 18 past the scene. Further north on southbound 167 in Kent at 277th, we've got a new crash in the toll lane, all added up. Renton to Puyallup, pushing an hour and 55 minutes. South 5 through South Center, you're slow from the Boeing Access Road all the way down to 516. Seattle to Federal Way is a 40-minute drive. South 5 at Denny Way here in Seattle, we've got a crash in that left lane. That's why you're backed up in the Northgate. Linwood to Seattle's a 35-minute trip. North 5 packed at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. And due to road work on Mercer Island, eastbound 90 already packed from the Mount Baker Tunnel across the island. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Clear skies right now. Tomorrow looks partly cloudy, highs in the upper 60s. Right now we're at 72 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Computer was on. I was too excited about the Mariners. Yeah. There you
Is that what that was?
No. Okay, sorry. All right, let's see. Did anybody answer that question incorrectly? On that?
We got several guesses, yes. Little House on the Prairie, Hollywood Stars, Barney and Friends, Love Boat, and two people actually did say the Partridge Family.
Oh, they got it right. All right, well then they stole some of the thunder, but that's okay. This day in history.
Home Comfort Alliance.
Oh, I'm sorry, Home Comfort Alliance. I'm sorry, Home Comfort Alliance. I don't know how to slip my mind. There's only one place I can think of, almost 50 years, when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. It's homecomfortalliance.com. Did great work in the barn. They'll do great work for you. 1789, the first Supreme Court is established. In 1890, the Mormon Church says no more monkey business. This is what my mother used to refer to as monkey shine. Polygamy. Let's see. Grover Cleveland pardons bigamists. Okay, and adulterers, and says, we're not going to Go, sin no more, he says, in 1894. Fanny Farmer starts cooking school. Why is that in there?
I don't know. I assumed you knew who she was.
1902. In 1928, the first company to mass produce car radios incorporated. Now, we should have done that story.
I thought
that's the bread and butter of this show.
Come on
now. I should have done that one, but I got sucked in with it. Well, the first 60 Minutes episode came on, 1968. Was that when Rooney was going on and on back there?
Huh? Did you 60 Minutes?
Are you kidding me? Andy Rooney? Oh, yeah.
A lot of people aren't drinking the water that comes out of their faucet these days. Bottled water has become a $9 billion business. This is one of the most popular, Poland Spring water. It isn't Polish, it's from Poland Spring, Maine. This pint costs $1.35.
Imagine sitting next to him on a plane, especially now that he's deceased. Okay, we're going to go with Partridge Family. Joe, where's my song?
It should be right there. Oh, no, it's not.
You really suck today. I didn't say that. Right? You left his mic on. You're going up on the board for that. You know this thing. You
don't even get into
You don't
the
have my song.
stuff.
Yeah. I can't read. It's not written down. Hold on.
I'm sleeping and right in the middle of a good dream.
By the way, David Cassidy's voice was too low, so they adjusted it to sound higher.
All at once I wake up from something that keeps knocking at my brain.
Best new artist. Nominated in 1971 for a Grammy.
Wow.
This was number one. Number one in the Billboard charts in 1970. Outselling the Beatles' Let It Be.
This was...
You know, I tell you things. I mentioned the bats. Oh, they eat bugs. I'm in the middle of this thing.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just
shocked.
I'm shocked. Yes. Sounds terrible.
To myself, I'd hide it to myself and never
Everybody.
talk about it.
Get
And
ready.
did not go and shout it when you walked into the room. I think I love you.
Come on, Joe.
I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of. A love there is no cure for.
But I don't think a woman wants to hear, I think I love you. No. If you're married to a Greek woman, she'd be like, you think?
Yeah.
You think you love me?
Never felt this way.
The Carpenters won, by the way, in 1971 for Best New Artist. Okay, here's the crazy thing about the show. So Shirley Jones was offered, first of all, she played the mom. They said, hey, you want to be in the Brady Bunch? She goes, no, I don't want to be stuck in some set making sandwiches all day. So she turned that down. Oops. And then she said, okay, I'll do the Brady Bunch. Or Partridge Family. The Partridge Family would be kind of fun. So she signs up, does Partridge Family. She had a really nice career on Broadway for a while there. And then she gets this one and she takes over. It's actually taken from a real show, a real family. There was a woman, I forget her last name. She was the original sort of inspiration for it. She and about four kids, and they would sing. They had a brief career in the 60s, but the Cowsills is the name of the family. So anyway, that's where they got the idea from. So then they cast this group and they get them all together. Susan Day, ooh, when I was a kid, Susan Day, right? And Cassidy. And then, of course, Danny Bonaducci, who did great radio here for a long time. We hope his health is good. We know he moved away. And then little kid Chris. There were two Chris's. They had one for a while, but he was horrible. A terrible actor, just an annoying kid. So they just switched him out. Remember they used to do that in the 70s?
Yes.
Just switch him out? Well, apparently they switched him out and they didn't get one letter or one phone call. We like the other kid. Nope, they didn't even care. Nobody even noticed. Nobody cared.
Right move, apparently.
Yeah, out he goes. So they would then, every once in a while, they'd have guest appearances of people. Johnny Cash was on. Farrah Fawcett was on the show. Jodie Foster was on the show as well. It was weird because they wouldn't get any credit in there. They, and special guest star Johnny Cash. They just show up on the show every once in a while. Yeah. The amazing thing is that David Cassidy, his likeness, his images were everywhere on lunchboxes and posters. I mean, they sold everything with David Cassidy on. Well, apparently, they only made $600 a week. That's it. He's in this television show, and they're basically exploiting him. So he hires this lawyer agent, and the agent goes, wait a minute, hold on there, kid. You signed this when you were under 18? This contract's no good. You deserve more money. And he ended up getting more money. He had a big, thank you. He had, Susan Day had a huge crush on him. She was 2 years younger. So when David Cassidy would go on the road when they weren't shooting The Partridge Family, he would come back and they would sit there backstage and he would tell all these stories about crazy women chasing him and showing up at his hotels naked and jumping on his car. Well, Susan Day was like, but I love you. But what about me? Why aren't you saying anything to me? And apparently, eventually, the producers and director had to come to him and go, hey, listen, David, Susan's got like a real crush on you, and you're sitting there telling her these stories about all these women. It's really messing up her head. So stop it, because I think she loves you.
I love you, isn't that what life is made of? Though it worries me to say that I never felt this way.
If you are smart, and you are, then you would also notice that the Partridge Family house was the exact same house of the Kravitz. Samantha and Darren Stevens from Bewitched. It was the same neighborhood. So the Kravitz, the nosy neighbor, the Kravitz, lived in this one house, and the Partridge Family also lived in that house. Not at the same time, because the Kravitz used to be really upset about all that sort of stuff.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Wait a minute, I had 4 more pages of crap.
We don't have time for questions?
What you got a question?
So maybe I'm getting them confused. Were the Osmonds a TV show too?
Yes, they were.
So they're same kind of thing, a TV show?
No, they were not. No, this was like a sitcom kind of thing.
Right.
But the Osmonds were just a dynamite show of you could go on the Osmond Hour or whatever it was.
Oh, so it was like a variety show. It wasn't like a sitcom. Oh, okay.
There we go.
But they put out music too,
okay,
right?
hey, look at the time. Jeez. Yes, of course they did. Okay. Puppy Love, one of those big ones. All right, let's go to Nate over there checking traffic. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks, John. Seattle Sports has the update. Everett to Marysville, 20 minutes. You've got typical backups between State Route 526 and 529. Eastbound 2 on the trestle at the EB Slough. We've got a collision in that left lane, and you're backed up bumper to I-5. Seattle to Everett, 50 minutes. Heavy from Lake City Way through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, you just hit the 1 hour mark. You're backed up from 520 to 527 in Canyon Park. Here in Seattle, we just cleared that collision south 5 at Denny Way. You're backed up in the Northgate. Linwood to Seattle is inched up a bit to 40 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. It's heavy coming down from 520 all the way to the VMAC. Southbound 167 and South 277. A collision blocks your toll lane. You're backed up bumper to 180th. Renton to Auburn has just spiked to 45 minutes. That's a 20-minute delay. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I should call Home Comfort Alliance because I love the fact that they've got this thing called the Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System. And this is what it does. Home Comfort Alliance, working with Quilt, because these guys are the flagship partner. Here's what you do. Imagine in your house, there's one room, let's say everybody's going to go watch television or listen to the radio, and you got the temperature set in there, but you're not in the other room. So why are you heating those rooms? Because you're not going in those rooms. Maybe you don't even go to the room until the morning. So you're still heating the entire house, but not with the Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance. You can heat each room. You can customize it. So you're saving money and you're just having a more comfortable house. This is so smart. This is a great move. You can set up with Home Comfort Alliance. They are the trusted name when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, electric for almost 50 years, and they are the flagship partner of Quilt. You want to find out more about it, you can get in touch with them and say, hey, tell me more about that Quilt Ductless system Curly was talking about. You can get in touch with the good people there at Home Comfort Alliance by simply, checking them out online at homecomfortalliance.com. That's homecomfortalliance.com.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO News Radio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald Preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck's about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he sells it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Every family has a story to tell. At Dunn Lumber, ours is about trust. During the Great Depression, trust was hard to come by. People were so skeptical of banks. Customers would stop by the lumberyard, put their money in an envelope, and leave it in this safe. The safe still stands today as a symbol of our most valuable asset, your trust. If there's ever anything we can do to better earn your trust, email me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building trust since 1907.
If you plan to use the carpool lanes along SR 167, you'll soon need a flex pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Lori here from Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation. Upgrading attic insulation is a popular and cost-effective way to make your home more energy efficient, slashing utility bills. Call now and save $299 off attic ceiling and ventilation, or visit us at guardianroofing.com.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
we took a really negative comment that somebody made about something Nick posted on Instagram, and I found it. Joe grabbed it, and we turned it into a song, word for word. It's really good. So we decided we're going to do that again a little later on. We the crazy woman that went up to somebody that was getting. There were initiatives. People were signing the initiative. This woman went up and screamed at this kid. I think it was a young person. The person is screaming at. So we took her entire diatribe about you're a redneck, something or other, hillbilly, hateful person, and turned it into a song.
2 songs, actually.
And now we're in the midst of having AI take her photograph and have her sing it.
Yes.
We think it's going to work.
Still processing.
What did I pay for that?
You paid $20 for the month, but it'll probably automatically renew, so keep an eye on that.
Okay, well, okay.
By the way,
yes.
Can we quickly wish happy birthday to Mickey Bean of Puyallup?
We're doing birthdays now. Sure, right now. There you go.
Happy birthday, Mickey Bean.
Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family. When somebody's birthday, sing happy birthday. You ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Mickey Bean.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alvin. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it never gets old. All right. Should you take your shoes off when you go into somebody's house? Washington Post has a big story saying, yes, of course, it's absolutely disgusting what you're tracking into the house. And here's this. Oh, it's a TikTok doctor. Where do you get your degree to become a TikTok doctor? She says,
do you wear shoes inside your house? Well, a study was done by the University of Arizona.
University of Arizona?
I thought he said University of Phoenix, to be honest, which is an online for-profit one.
By the way, every year rated worst party school. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
Which showed more than 96% of shoes had bacteria, which is more than was found on floors and hands. These included harmful bacteria such as E. coli, which can cause both stomach and urinary tract infections. In addition to bacteria, shoes can also transmit hormone-disrupting chemicals such as pesticides and even fecal matter from restrooms. The best way to prevent this is, of course, to not wear shoes inside, but if someone does, make sure you clean your floors.
Wow, brilliant. From the TikTok doctor. That would be like, doctor, every time I do this, it hurts. You know what the doctor says?
What?
Stop doing that. Doctor, TikTok doctor, I was playing the harmonica and I swallowed it. Just be glad you weren't playing the piano. You don't know these? Are you laughing at this garbage? Wow. Okay, so stuff to chat about. People are now fact-checking Donald Trump.
Wait, no thoughts on the shoes?
The barn is a concrete floor.
Right.
So, whatever. Going into people's houses and taking your shoes off, you just feel vulnerable. That's what I always feel like. And there's a big pile of shoes there, and then people are walking around in socks.
You're not wearing the right socks maybe that day.
Socks, that thing, and everybody's got socks on. It just feels like if a fight were to break out, you need your shoes on.
Agreed.
You go to somebody's house and somebody says something, and the next thing you know, a fight breaks out, and you're in your socks. You can't get traction.
Yeah. You don't want to kick somebody with no shoes on.
No, or just have your feet ready to kill. And also, I just don't, to me, you go in there, it feels like, oh, our carpets are better than you. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
If it's white, if the white carpeting, be like, oh, look at these people with the white carpet. Yes, but I look in there, I'm like, oh, come on, it's mostly hardwood and things. It's fine.
Case by case basis.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. Some older person, and they're in an iron lung. Yes, I'll take the shoes off. Take the iron lung exception. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic for you, Nathan.
Thanks, John. Up in Everett, we're all clear eastbound 2 on the trestle from an earlier collision near the EB Slough. That earlier backup is cleared out as well. Seattle to Everett, 50 minutes. It's 1 hour from Bellevue to Everett. Linwood to Seattle has gone up to 45 minutes. You're thick from Northgate down to I-90, which is usual. Southbound 99 packed from the zoo across the Aurora Bridge. Roadwork has eastbound 90 packed now from the Rainier Avenue across Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue is going to take take you about 25 minutes. It's 15 minutes on a wide-open 520 toll bridge. Factoria, South 405 approaching Coal Creek Parkway. A disabled vehicle blocks your right center lane. You're backed up to 520. Bellevue to Renton, you're closing in on a half hour now. And southbound 167 and South 277th, we've got this collision blocking the toll lane. You're backed up bumper to bumper approaching 180th. Renton to Auburn is at 50 minutes. That is double the norm. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Looking for even more Seahawks content? Then you gotta check out The Reset. Hey, it's G. Scott, and every week, me and my co-host and Seahawks great Brandon Meebane talk Seahawks. We break down the matchups, and we're joined by former Seahawks players from Lakewood to Lombardi. Seahawks champion, my main man, Jermaine Kearse.
What up, G?
Watch The Reset live on YouTube or subscribe on the Seattle Sports app.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Fall Tire Fest. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of 4 all-weather tires. You'll get year-round, all-weather performance, no matter what Mother Nature throws your way. And every tire comes with America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just another way you'll get more from less. Stop by a store or shop online at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
I'm Brian Forth. I'm the founder and president at Site Crafting. We're based in Tacoma, Washington, and we're a full-service digital agency. Our clients are really important to us, but nothing happens without the team that we've built here at Site Crafting. And so it's very important to me as a business owner to provide the best benefits we can within our budget to make sure that families were taken care of and that they did not have the stress of having to deal with healthcare benefits, buying them on their own or anything else. AWB's Health Choice is the best option for me as a small business owner compared to the larger corporations. We just don't have the buying power, and Health Choice fills that for us. They allow us to offer best-in-class benefits to our employees. They're very happy being able to keep their doctor, getting labs covered, x-rays, all those pieces that could be big out-of-pocket expenses if they didn't have Health Choice.
If you're looking for a great health plan for your employees, visit ProPointServices.com. Health Choice Trust is offered through the Association of Washington Business and powered by Primera Blue Cross.
The G and Ursula Show.
If you want to see what I'm wearing today, check out Mrs. Roper.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
A muumuu is like a bank. You never know how much is in it.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO Newsradio app.
The markets and the economy will change, but you should always know what you can rely on from your financial advisor. I'm John Ramsire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Seattle. With deep planning and investment expertise, Baird's financial advisors have guided individuals and families through changing markets for more than 100 years. And in all that time, our guiding principle has never changed. Our clients come first, always. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Seattle.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools to help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
Deadly shooting at a Dallas ICE facility.
We're going to look at all of our security posture more thoroughly now.
Family of D.C. plane crash victims sues.
Their lives will never, ever be the same.
Jimmy Kimmel's first night back after suspension.
He was contrite without being obsequious, and he was defiant without being strident.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Jennifer Kuiper. One detainee has been killed and 2 others are critically injured in a shooting at a Dallas ICE facility. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells CBS News the shooter opened fire from a roof onto the ICE location.
The shooter fired indiscriminately into vehicles. The detainees were in the vehicle at the time. They weren't outside. There was no way he could have known detainees were in there.
Lyon says the suspect, who he identifies as Joshua John, took his own life. KRLD's Alan Skaya.
People had started showing up for appointments when they say they heard gunshots. One guy took video of him and his family ducking into their car. Another was staying at a hotel across the freeway and says he heard about 10 seconds between each shot.
He was targeting and zeroing in and then shooting.
The FBI says the gunman killed himself, calling this targeted violence. Director Kash Patel says the shell casing had anti-ICE written on it. Alan Skaya for CBS News, Dallas.
President Trump says the violence is, quote, the result of the radical left Democrats constantly demonizing law enforcement. The family of a victim in the deadly Washington, D.C. plane crash earlier this year is suing American Airlines, the FAA, and the
The widow of Casey Crafton from Connecticut, Rachel, who was raising 3 boys, filed the lawsuit. Daley Crafton is the victim's brother and read a statement from her.
Because of this avoidable tragedy, my young sons and I have to go through life without the love, support, guidance, and laughter Casey gave to us.
Attorney Bob Clifford says they're seeking airline and government changes.
The FAA allowed this environment to exist, knowing that there was massive congestion and these number of near misses.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Despite a blackout by 2 major TV station owners, ABC says nearly 6.3 million people watched the Jimmy Kimmel live broadcast last night, and more than 26 million people watched Kimmel on social media as he defended free speech and took jabs at FCC Chairman Brendan Carr. Typically, he gets almost 2 million viewers each night on TV. ABC affiliate owners Sinclair and Nexstar are not airing the show after Kimmel was suspended over comments connected to Charlie Kirk's murder. Variety's Brian Steinberg.
There are discussions going on. I'm not sure how long Sinclair and Nexstar can do a preemption of a single show without some other basis like a local disaster or news event to make it being so. They have contracts in place that are supposed to be honored.
Tropical storm Humberto forms in the Atlantic Ocean and takes aim at the Azores. Now this.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
Awaiting DNA confirmation in the death of Travis Decker. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
It's a busy afternoon out there, Aaron. Bucky's Complete Auto Care has this update. Linwood to Seattle's at 40 minutes. It's packed from Northgate to I-90. North 5 is jam-packed at the north end of Boeing Field now into downtown. Road work has eastbound 90 packed from Rainier Avenue across from Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue is at 25 minutes. Tonight at 8 o'clock, this road work switches from the south end of the East Channel Bridge to the north end, and what that means is you're going to be down to a single lane between 8 o'clock tonight all the way through tomorrow morning's commute. In Factoria, we cleared our stalls south 405 at Cold Creek Parkway, Bellevue to Renton, still a half hour. We also cleared a collision southbound 167 at 277th. You're backed up to 180th still. Renton to Auburn is at 45 minutes. In the south end of the Valley Freeway, northbound reduced to a single lane just before Ellingson Road due to this bridge strike that happened last night. You're in a 2-mile solid backup. Plan on this being with us through at least today, possibly the end of the week. Southbound 167 also packed through this area. For over 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service, and more with expertise and good old-fashioned service. No appointment needed. Friendly financing available. Visit Buc-ee's.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. U.S. Marshals have made it official, declaring Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 daughters, is dead. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says he's still waiting for all DNA results to come back before he makes that call.
We still feel optimistic that we have located Mr. Decker and that eventually, if we get our results back, that we'll put a close to this case.
In a legal motion to dismiss an arrest warrant, U.S. Marshals have declared Decker deceased. The mother of a missing Grays Harbor County girl has been released from prison. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi has more on that.
Jordan Bowers, the mother of Oakley Carlson, just served time for identity theft. Oakley was last seen in 2021. She was 4 years old. Jeremy Holmes in the Grays Harbor County Sheriff's Office says Bowers and Oakley's father remain the only persons of interest in the case.
One thing I will say is we are working with the Grays Harbor County Prosecutor's Office into potentially looking into a no-body homicide prosecution.
A $100,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to the location and recovery of Oakley. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
An 11-year-old student is arrested for bringing a handgun to Liberty Middle School in Spanaway. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says the boy was arrested yesterday after another student saw that gun in his backpack and alerted school officials. The boy was placed in a diversion program. He could avoid charges. The Seattle Mariners now officially playoff bound. Excitement is building all around the ballpark. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports.
It's early afternoon in the Stadium District, and preparations are already underway for what could be another huge night at T-Mobile Park. At Pro Image Sports, workers are unboxing lots of new merchandise. Stephen Lozano says
interaction with the fans has been awesome. Foot traffic's been high. Sales are good.
Now Seattle sets its sights on the American League West crown. It would be their first since 2001. At T-Mobile Park, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
First pitch tonight is at 6:40. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Clear skies tonight, partly cloudy for tomorrow. Highs will be in the upper 60s the next couple of days. Right now we're at 71 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It just feels like if a fight were to break out, you need your shoes on. You go to somebody's house and somebody says something, and the next thing you know, a fight breaks out and you're in your socks. You can't get traction. Wow, brilliant. Listen to that guy. Hope he's on the radio for 4 hours. Whoops. It is John Curley Show. By the way, Rye's coming by, 5:30 Seahawks.
Coming in?
No, he's not coming in. And, of course, talking Mariners as well. Yeah, Aaron's excited about that. Let's dive into the news. Snap poll for everybody. You ready? 1-888-973-5476. This would be a good sort of gauge of the audience and who listens. Do you think the teleprompter run there at the UN was intentionally turned off when the President of the United States went up to speak? Do you think somebody was in a little bit of foul play? 1-888-973-5476. So Donald Trump speaks for about 54 minutes, and he doesn't hold anything back. I think the teleprompter, I don't know if it came on or not. He did have the script there. He goes, listen, if it's not on, I'll just speak from the heart. Point, yeah. Okay. He slams Europe for an immigration problem.
When your prisons...
By the way, he did this in 2017. He kept talking about Sweden and other problems like that. But here he is in front of everybody there at the UN.
Filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did. They repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled migration. Once we started detaining and deporting everyone who crossed the border and removing illegal aliens from the United States, they simply stopped coming. They're not coming anymore. We're getting a lot of credit, but they're not coming anymore.
Yeah. So he's looking at the UK and Sweden and other parts of Europe and just pointing out, and they know this now, like, for instance, now in the UK, because pressure put on the Tories, they will now release the data as who's committing crimes. Before, they didn't. And people are like, hey, we got a real crime problem here. And the UK wouldn't tell you who were the criminals, who were they arresting. They kept it from everybody. So now people are up in arms. So starting, I think now, maybe this month or last month, they will now report the person that they have arrested. The UK, when it comes to sex crimes, 48 out of 100,000. That's by UK citizens. If you're an immigrant in that country, coming in illegally or just coming in, the number is 165 to 100,000. Mostly Albanians. They get, apparently they've got a lot of free time because in 10 months, 210 out of every 1,000 Albanians was arrested for some crime. Then the Afghans, not far behind there in the UK, 107 out of 1,000 were arrested. When it comes to grooming gangs, this is a big story in the UK. The number of rapes of young girls, which was kept from the public, and they are finally at a certain point, they got so upset about this that they felt that the stuff was not being properly handled and these people weren't being arrested. Now you're starting to see the change in the government. The same thing in Sweden as well. Sweden's population, 20% of the population now in Sweden are immigrants from other countries. They are responsible for almost 60% of the crimes in Sweden. The same thing in France. 50% of the crime comes from people not native born. There in France, that's in Paris. And just generally a problem for the people of Europe that they're now trying to deal with it. UK is deporting, and so is Sweden. So when they sat there and looked at him and he was saying this sort of stuff, the folks in Europe knew that he had a point to make. The president did talk about borders.
But, you know, we have a border, strong, and we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous.
I'm going to guess the teleprompter's not on at this point. Wild guess. Wild guess.
When it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air. We have the cleanest air we've had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean.
I'm sure it'd be more profound if we actually see this. I'm sure he's gesturing.
And the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that.
Yeah. He mocks the UN's prediction when it comes to climate change.
In 1982, the executive director of the United Nations Environmental Program predicted that by the year 2000, climate change would cause a global catastrophe. He said that it will be irreversible, as any nuclear holocaust would be. This is what they said at the United Nations. What happened? Here we are. Another UN official stated in 1989 that within a decade, entire nations could be wiped off the map by global warming. Not happening. You know, it used to be global cooling. If you look back years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said, global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will kill the world, but then it started getting cooler, so now they could just call it climate change because that
We'll go off the teleprompter again.
way they can't miss. It's climate change.
Okay. So I looked to see, I got 5 of the big United Nations claims about climate, and there is a Swedish journalist teaming up with a scientist and decided to look at them. So the first one was the UN Secretary of General visits to Samoa and claims standing in front of this building, this house, that because of climate change and sea level, everyone had to leave the house because it just became uninhabitable. And there's video of him talking about it. So the Swedish journalist decides to track down the owners of the home and finds out, what do you know? They left in 2009. They didn't just recently leave. They left in 2009. Why? Because of the earthquakes that had happened there and the tsunamis. They didn't want to be there anymore. So because of the changes in the tectonic plates and the shifting of the earth, the sea level did rise, but they didn't leave the house because of climate change, line number one. And then in 2010 to 2020, they kept saying, oh, the cyclones, there's more and more cyclones. Also not proven to be correct. Earthquakes, they can't do anything about that, but earthquakes were the ones that are causing more of the change when it comes to the land. The UN also said that 1.7 million children die every year from climate change. So this journalist in Sweden decided to find out where that came from. It was on their website in 2019, and 2024, they apparently took it down. He also wanted to find the other one that the UN had put up, that women and children are 14 times more likely to die from climate disasters. So this Swedish journalist decided, well, he's going to track that one down. So he finds it, and he finds out that it comes from the University of Boulder. It was a 2-page opinion piece from Pastor Kristen Peterson. And when the journalist went to her and said, where'd you get the facts for that? She goes, are people still talking about that? I put that up in 1997. Yeah, it was still on the website. Still on the website that 14 times more children die in climate disasters. And she said she was shocked and surprised to find out that the UN was using that. Weather disasters, this is also from the UN, weather disasters, 5-fold increase since 1970. So the Swedish journalist decided to look into that one, and what he found was it hasn't increased. In fact, what happened from 1970 to 2020, or from 1970 to 2000, there were more reports because it became easier to report natural disasters. And after 2000 on, there were no increases. So the increase was because people were able to report more. So the UN has been involved in the climate change canard for a long time, and those are just 4 examples. But often they predict things that don't come to ever be true, and no one ever holds them accountable for what turns out to be just a bunch of malarkey. So the president calls that sort of stuff out. Here he is, he talks about the wars, and then also, this is on the,
In a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars.
This is a little like, yes, you were involved. India and Pakistan, Yemen involved in that, trying to do something with Ukraine.
Said they were unendable. And
is that even a word? It doesn't matter.
In all cases, they were raging with countless thousands being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. Very honest.
He not big on the humility stuff.
I'd like to have done it. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood.
Okay, all right, anyway. That's the other one. People think that they intentionally turned off the escalators.
It's like, for why?
Well, okay, if you say he turns off the teleprompter, they also turn off the escalator?
Yeah, but then you just walk up the
stairs. The
stairs.
Secret Service is looking into it.
Okay, good.
Gee whiz. All right, Jimmy Kimmel comes back. Not broadcast at Como, they decide they don't want to show him. So he comes on. Did anybody watch it? Everybody watch it. With 2 million people tuned in to watch Jimmy Kimmel. So you know what happened was, right? So on Monday, Charlie Kirk is assassinated. I think it was on a Wednesday. So you got the whole week goes by, and then on Monday, Jimmy Kimmel goes on and says, "Well, they're trying to say that it's somebody from the left. It's somebody from the right. It's the MAGA people that did it. Whatever. It wasn't a joke. I don't know why he said it, but anyway, he says it. And people get upset about it. So then he decides he's going to go back on. What do you do? Off for a day or 2 days or something like that. Yeah, it becomes a hero. They give him a big standing ovation.
I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol.
That's a good joke.
It's been overwhelming. I've heard from a lot of people over the last 6 days. The guy who fired me from my first radio job in Seattle, where we are not airing tonight, by the way. Sorry, Seattle. His name is Larry. In 1989, Larry tried to force me to do a bit called Jokes for Donuts, where people would call in with a joke and I would give them donuts. I refused to do it.
So this sounds like radio.
Yeah, this is 100%.
And I made a lot of fun of Larry for suggesting it. And eventually Larry fired me and I had to move back in with my parents. But even he wrote in to cheer me up.
He was 22 at the time, and he made a secret video or audio tape of that meeting about the donuts thing, and then he played it, and then that's got him in trouble. So here he goes. He thanks the people.
I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway. Like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, even my old pal Ted Cruz, who, believe it or not, said something very beautiful on my behalf.
I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired.
Oh, wait, no, not that. The other part.
But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying,
what you can and can't say,
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like, that will end up bad for conservatives.
Bad for everybody. I'm with you on that one. All right, then he says, by the way, he never apologized. He never said, I didn't mean, what he said that the people had a problem with was you're blaming it on the right. You're trying to make it sound like Tyler Robinson was some MAGA guy who shot Charlie Kirk. You knew probably at that point that that wasn't true. Why'd you say it? Doesn't matter. You said it. But he doesn't apologize for that. He does then go to...
But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Okay, what was the intention? Does he address the intention? What was the intention was to say this guy was a MAGA guy. That was a MAGA guy that shot Charlie Kirk. He said it, so I guess his intention is to tell people that.
Well, to be fair, he said the people on the right are doing everything they can to make it seem like it's somebody other than one of their own.
Okay, so that's the intention was to say the people on the right are trying to run away from this guy, right? That's right. That the intention is to inform people of that. Okay, that was the intention.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual.
It was never my intention to blame a group. Of course you did. That's exactly what you did. Does he apologize?
That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way.
I get why you're upset, and then you're supposed to add that with, I'm sorry that I upset you. But it's the non-apology apology anyways, whatever. All right. Look, I think that Brendan Carr from the FCC made this thing a much bigger story than it was going to be. The affiliates have the right to say what they're going to air and not air, like the Smothers brother being taken off or Roseanne Barr losing her job or anybody else losing their job. They're allowed to do that because they're in charge. They're paying your bills. But the government does not want to be involved in it. We do not need anybody from the federal government coming in and putting pressure on social media organizations and telling them to take things down. Don't allow people to be seen. Don't let information to be spread. Don't say anything about, I don't know, somebody's laptop. anything like that. All right, here's Nathan. Check a traffic for you, Nathan.
Thanks, John. Home Comfort Alliance brings us this one. Seattle to Everett, Bellevue to Everett are both 1 hour commutes. I-5 is heavy from Lake City Way through Linwood. 405, you're solid between Kirkland and Bothell. Extra slow through Kirkland and most of Totem Lake. Everett to Seattle has taken an hour. 45 from Linwood, you're slow in Linwood, and then packed from Northgate all the way to I-90. Very typical. North 5 is packed at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, plan on 25 minutes on both I-90 and 520. Road work, of course, has eastbound 90 bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue across Mercer Island. This is with us for another week or so. Seattle to Bellevue is a 25-minute commute. Eastbound 520 wide open. South 405 in Bellevue is packed in Northeast 8th to Cold Creek Parkway. It thins out from there, but is crowded all the way down to 30th in Renton. Bellevue to Renton is up to 35 minutes. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway struggling today at 55 minutes. It's stop and go between Renton and Kent, and then south of Highway 18 is jam-packed. Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt ductless heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right. I kept hearing these ads on KIRO, just like you're hearing this one right now. And it went something like, if you're over the age of 50 and you don't want to wear contacts and glasses anymore, concerned about cataracts, you should look into RLE. And then they mentioned K2 Vision. So I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm over the age of 50. I had a whole drawer full of different glasses, ones to wear at night and then up close during the day and then to read. I mean, my eyes were a mess. This gets worse every single year. So I go in, I meet Dr. Kopstein, and he explains to me, listen, don't get too excited. If this is not going to have a great result for you, I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you to come back in 10, 15, or 20 years. Like, 20 years? What are you talking? I want to get this fixed. He says, let's take a look at your eyes. He looks in there, he goes, you get a little cataract in your right eye, and this will really work out for you. Your eyes are, they need some help. So I make the appointment. I go back in, 5 minutes one eye, 5 on the other. I go back in the next day, and they test my eyes. I've got 20/20 vision. And this is about 3 or 4 years ago. I love it. It's the best. Absolutely the best. And Dr. Kopstein and everybody over at K2 Vision has done 150,000 of these procedures. So you're in great hands. You get rid of those glasses. No more readers, no more contacts. This is a great move. If you got lots of questions, and I'm sure you do, you can set up a Zoom consultation at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey there, Lori from Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation. Want to keep your home happy and prevent roof water damage? The answer is gutters. So if you're looking for gutter installation, cleaning, gutter guards, or repair, Guardian is here to the rescue. With Guardian's exclusive gutter and gutter protection systems, we are able to provide our own 30-year no-clog guarantee on all gutter systems we install. Call today and get $250 off a gutter guard installation or visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Free consultations, no-fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at prosculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's prosculpt.com.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. A sniper took aim this morning on an ICE facility in Dallas. CBS's Omar Villafranca reports that gunman opened fire from a nearby rooftop.
3 detainees were shot. 1 was killed, and 2 are hospitalized in critical condition. A woman was recording on her phone near the facility when gunshots were heard. FBI agent Joe Rothrock.
The FBI is investigating this incident as an act of targeted violence.
Police quickly found the shooter, who died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
FBI says anti-ICE statements were found on the bullets. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports ICE is actively recruiting Seattle police officers.
In the ad, which addresses Seattle police officers directly, ICE offers a $50,000 signing bonus. And the voice in the ad says, quote, "In sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free." Former King County Sheriff John Urquhart spoke with Gia and Ursula.
I think the sanctuary city part of it is just to stick their finger in the eye of the sanctuary cities.
Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell released a statement which reads in part, "We are not going to compromise our high standards for law enforcement when the Trump administration tries to bully us into violating our own laws and values." Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
WashDOT's asking for patience after a truck hit a bridge on SR 167. It's reducing northbound traffic to one lane near Pacific and Algona. WashDOT's RB McKeon says that's part of the detour to get around the White River Bridge closure.
I know this is very frustrating. We empathize with that, and that is one of the reasons that we're out there working around the clock, sort of trying to get bridges back open and restored.
No timeline yet on repairs to the 167 bridge. Seattle Mariners are officially in the postseason, and playoff tickets go on sale tomorrow at noon. Adam Gresh is Senior Manager of Communications.
If last time told us anything in 2022, tickets will sell out extremely fast. So fans should be locked in and ready to go.
Only way to get tickets is on the Mariners' official website. M's have a chance tonight to win their first AL West Division title since 2001. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 4:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Oh, man, it's busy out there. Aaron, Washington 811 has the update. Here are some of the bigger issues. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are 1 hour apiece. North 5 heavy from Lake City Way through Linwood. 405 solid between Kirkland and Bothell. And you're just barely creeping through Kirkland right now. In Everett, South 5 approaching 526. We've got a stall blocking your right center lane. Looks like they tried to make it over to the shoulder, but conked out before they did. North 5 is crowded from 526 up to 529, but you're at freeway speeds through most of this. In fact, it's less than 15 minutes between Everett and Marysville. Everett to Seattle will take you an hour. 45 from Linwood. It's slow in Linwood and then packed from Northgate into downtown. Roadwork has eastbound 90 bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue across Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue will take you 25 minutes. It's wide open on eastbound 520. Sure, you'll have to pay the toll, though. South 405 through Bellevue is packed from Northeast 8 through Coal Creek Parkway, and then it thins out from there into Renton. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway closing in on 1 hour. It's heavy between Renton and Kent. You'll catch a little breather in Auburn, and then south of Highway 18, it's jam-packed. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Call 811 or submit online at digsafewad.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Much better air quality across western Washington tonight. Come tomorrow, some cooler air starts to move in. We'll see highs in the upper 60s, partly cloudy. Right now, 72 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO 7 News live starting at 4. It's news that puts you there so you can see for yourself. News that's happening now so you're ready. News that investigates to get you answers. And news that's local because where you live matters. No more, no now on KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
Well said, well read.
Thank you.
Back in, I gave Andrew some homework at the last minute. Bucky's Auto Service Centers, we make it very simple for you to sort of see this in your mind's eye. Fill a car with, less than cooperative rats and push it off a cliff. Put sugar in the gas tank, then push it off the cliff. Let's face it, you're never going to get it back again. Who cares? Because you don't like the car and it keeps breaking down. Or take the car to Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Don't put the rats in it. Take it to Bucky's Auto Service Centers. They got 16 locations, been around for 55 years. Take the car to Bucky's Auto Service Centers.
Bucky's.
We are really getting our money's worth with this AI thing, aren't we? The song making machine we've done. We did one yesterday. We took the somebody wrote something horrible about me. We made it into a song. Which one was that? Was that
Ooh, let me find that one.
Where's that one? I took the nasty comment that Instagram pushed down so I couldn't read it, and then we took the entire text and just put it into the AI machine, and it made a song. Do you have that one, Joe?
It's right there, top of the page.
Is this one?
Danger to Society.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you what that...
Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Hold on. Hang on. Press the buttons. Find the buttons. Oh, here it is. This is...
You're an absolute danger to society.
This is the exact word for word what the person wrote because she saw me singing a Zach Brown song on Instagram. Yep. And this is what motivated her.
And absolutely participate in stochastic terrorism. People like you are absolutely responsible for everything.
Responsible for everything.
Going on today, John Curley is no different.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hit the high note on colder weather, but I don't think I'm responsible for every other horrible thing that happens. All right, so we thought, hey, I said to Joe, let's do this. You want to play these, Joe?
So play her clip first so people know.
Okay, so we got this from Brian Haywood. Video taken when people are having the initiative signed. You're going to get people to come up and scream at you, tell you what a horrible person you are because you don't want boys to compete against girls in high school, or you would like to have schools and parents be working together for the safety of the child. So the parent is aware of what's happening in the schools rather than the schools keeping stuff from the parents. That's the two initiatives. So this lady goes up.
Let me tell you what that's really about.
She does sound like Sue Bell.
Yes.
If you don't know, you inbred hillbilly bulls. You know what that's really about? Boys like Marcus.
Is she snuffing out a Marlboro Red while she's telling this lady this thing?
Who the only place he was accepted was at school.
Okay.
And schools accept the child's pronouns as they are. How dare you in all of your magnificent white glory? You certainly know what it is to be oppressed and marginalized. Who would know better than you? How dare you? How is it your business what somebody has in their pants? What genitalia they were born with?
Oh, good. Did we turn this into a song?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good. And we also paid $29 or something to have then her image making her sing it.
Right.
Right. Okay. So those of you on YouTube, a special treat for you guys. So there she is. She's going to sing her song that we have written for her. Now, she wrote all the words. We just put into the machine. What style did we go with?
So this is a summer pop song.
Okay.
I also have a Taylor Swift version. So
all right, here we go. Let's see how it
Let me
goes.
tell you what that's real about. If you don't know, you inbred hillbilly bullshit. You know what that's really about. Boys like Marcus, who the only place he was accepted was at school. There isn't a day goes by that I don't think about that child. No relation to me, but I'm a priest and that story was brought to me. And people like you who spew hatred against others because of their genitalia.
Okay, good.
That's what it's about. It's because teachers and schools accept the child's pronouns as they are.
Nice.
How dare you in all your magnificent white glory? You certainly know what it is to be oppressed and marginalized. Who would know better than you? How dare you? How is it your business?
Okay, nice. Nice. I like that one.
What they choose.
Okay. Oh.
They choose to do with it. How is that your business? Are you a pervert?
Thank you, crazy lady, at the initiative there table. That's good. Coming in at number 2. Let's have Casey Kasem do it for us. You have Casey?
American Top 40.
Yeah.
Well, we've now counted down through 99 of the 100 top hits of 1975. 34 of them were number 1 songs, and we've taken a piece from each and put them together chronologically in a montage to give us a quick review of the year's biggest sellers.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the other one?
Yeah, here we go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay,
Here we go.
here we go.
Thank you, Casey.
Let me tell you what that's really about.
This is nice.
If you don't know, you inbred hillbilly bullshit. You know what that's really about? Boys like Marcus, who the only place he was accepted was at school. There isn't a day goes by that I don't think about that child. No relation to me, but I'm a priest and that story was brought to me. And people like you who spew hatred against others because of their genitalia. That's what it's about. It's because teachers and schools accept the child's pronouns as they are. How dare you in all your magnificent white glory? You certain know what it is to be oppressed and marginalized.
Nice.
Who would know better than you? How dare you? How is it your business what somebody has in their pants? What genitalia they were born with? And who and what they choose to do with it? How is that your business? Are you a pervert? How dare you?
Coming in at number 2. How is that your business?
Hey everybody, it's Sue Bell in Palm Beach, and I thought I'd share with you a little story of my other life when I was in New York City.
Let's see, Sue Bell comparison.
To do with it.
Wait, okay, let's get her back here. Hang on. So we get Sue Bell nearby. Maybe this is Sue Bell.
Let me tell you what that's really about.
Okay.
Other life when I was in New York City, and I was a member of SAG-AFTRA.
Sue Bell talking about somebody's genitalia. Hang on. That's wild. Again, the Sue Bell comparison. Here we go.
Let me tell you what that's really about.
And I was an extra in a Jennifer Lopez movie. It was
Oh, wow, that's really spooky.
Elliot in Seattle have credit for that connection. That's
really good, yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. By the way, videos of people screaming at people that are just trying to get initiative signed, which is part of our state law. And we do appreciate those videos. If anybody has anybody going crazy, we're glad to turn it into a music video for you.
Absolutely.
We're not encouraging people to create violence, as we have seen. So it's just, you're there, and Brian Haywood has the initiative. You can go to Let's Go Washington. They can send it to your house. You can fill it out there. Or if you like, you could help by finding out where these initiative signatures are happening, and maybe stand there and just make sure that nobody's giving somebody a hard time, because that's what democracy is all about, unless you would like to save democracy by screaming at somebody. All right. Good job, Joe. Well done.
Hey,
Although the
thanks.
video is a little... What'd I pay for that?
For the video, you paid $20.
Okay, whatever. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. The KIRO Radio Rundown has our update. Bellevue to Everett taking you an hour, 5 minutes. Pretty solid now between Kirkland and Alderwood. Really packed through Kirkland. Seattle to Everett's at 55 minutes, and it's packed from the U District into Linwood. Up in Everett, we already cleared that stall. South 5 approaching 526. Still got a minor backup approaching the area. Everett to Seattle, up to an hour, 5-minute commute. 45 minutes from Linwood. You're slow in Linwood. And then bumper to bumper from Northgate Way to I-90. Seattle to Federal Way, plan on 40 minutes. Typical backups here. Tacoma to Olympia, 55-minute commute. All that's in your way is this 4-mile, really thick backup along JBLM. Olympia to Tacoma, 40 minutes, and it's crowded from JBLM into South Tacoma. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown. Get the latest news and updates from your favorite KIRO News Radio shows straight to your inbox. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
There they are, Instagram feed and Facebook. And you see them all over the place. It's people talking about, longevity, and you can inject aminopeptides, and you can do NAD, and you can have all this other stuff. It's going to give you energy. It's going to reverse and turn back the hands of time. I was like, wow, Longevity Medical Clinic has been talking about longevity and using the latest science for 25 years. In fact, when Dr. Mixon was first starting talking about this and doing the research, people, that stuff doesn't work. And now everybody's coming along and following in the footsteps of Dr. Mixon at Longevity Medical Clinic, because it works. The science that's used there does extend your life. They, the good doctors, and I can tell you from personal experience, I've been a patient since 2009, they are proactive. They look for early indication of something like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Those are the three big bad ones that take us out of this game. And they either stop them, slow them down, reverse them as best they possibly can, working with the good doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic. They've been in doing this for 25 years, long before anybody else. So why not take a free health analysis and learn more about longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Lori here from Guardian Roofing. When it's time to get that roof replaced, choose Guardian with our expert insured team and our Guardian Guarantee. Call now and get 1 year of maintenance free with the installation of a new roof, or visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Hey, it's Brock Ewart here, and you got to take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. It could save you a lot of money and get your family better coverage. First Mark has saved my family thousands of dollars every year. Take the First Mark Challenge. It's totally free. Just simply go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
I'm Macy House with Baird Global Investment Banking. In today's markets, global financial capabilities aren't worth much without personal attention to your priorities. Baird Banking, Research, and Private Equity professionals are located across 3 continents, sharing more than investment expertise. As employee owners of our firm, we all have a personal stake in your success, here in the Pacific Northwest and around the world. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Seattle.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you. Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
You know that cartoon of the three-eyed fish swimming in polluted water next to a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, classic.
I used to think that was real, but I just learned that nuclear energy waste isn't some glowing green goo. It's actually used fuel rods from nuclear reactors that made electricity.
Wait, so no barrels of leaking sludge?
No, solid used fuel rods are safely stored at all the nuclear power plants in the U.S., including the one in Richland.
So the cartoon fish isn't real?
Not even close. Learn the facts about nuclear energy and used fuel at energy-northwest.com.
Hey, football fans, Steve Rabel here. You know what makes Washington State truly special? It's the people, the everyday champions who serve, care, and connect. This fall, your local credit union, WSECU, is proud to celebrate 4 of these inspiring individuals as part of Washington's Community Champions. Serving Washington since 1957, WSECU is the only credit union named a Forbes Best Credit Union 5 years in a row. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your hero today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game on Sunday, October 5th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, September 23rd through September 29th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Open enrollment for Medicare is coming up. Are you ready? Herb Weisbaum, the consumer man here. Get organized early with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit from the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Order your free copy today at insurance.wa.gov.
I've never heard the expression shrekking. The shrekking in the dating world is the idea that you date beneath you. So if you're a guy, you choose a woman that is not as attractive as you would normally be able to attract. And I guess the same thing happens for women. You sort of date down not the guy you would normally expect to date. Shrekking. And I read through the whole article that Joe sends me, and then at the bottom is like, this isn't a good idea. No kidding. But apparently people do it.
Yeah, for a power dynamic, apparently.
Right. They like that, and they also think, well, the person's going to feel like, you know, you're sort of indebted to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look, you're not going to be able to date anybody as good as me, so, you know, I can treat you not very well, or I know you won't cheat on me because who's going to want to cheat on you? It's terrible. Oh. I never heard of that term before. People don't put it in their dating profiles.
I wouldn't think so. Keep that to yourself.
Shrekking. Okay.
We don't have time for Katie Miller and Stephen Miller.
Yeah, Katie Miller, the Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is, you could tell he's the script writer for most of Donald Trump's stuff. He's like the bulldog in there. People hate him, but he doesn't care. And maybe I'll have to save this for another day. That she was asked about Katie Miller was asked about Stephen Miller and, what their romance is like.
She's definitely shrekking, by the way.
I think women want power in some cases. I think she respects his position, but she's very, very attractive. And he, on the other hand, probably makes his own clothes and has a great personality.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I think that still counts.
It does. I remember the first time when I announced I was getting married, this is back in 87 or something, I told this woman, a very successful older gal that was friends with my father, and she had the fancy house and had all this money. And she said, well, grooms, now, what, how would I know the family? Like they would be in the New York Times, And she goes, and I said, Jay's a great guy. He's a general contractor. Honey, it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich girl as it is a poor girl. I was like, I do love her. I know, but please, wouldn't it be better to have some money? It's just like,
that's just terrible.
It's terrible. All right, here comes Nate. Can't judge Nate, not in any of the car. Here comes Nate. Nathan!
Thanks, John. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour, pretty solid from Kirkland all the way into Alderwood. You're really packed through Kirkland. Seattle to Everett, down a bit to 50 minutes. It's solid, though, from the U District into Linwood. It thins out once you get past Northgate. Everett to Seattle is down to a solid hour. Still 45 from Linwood. You're slow in Linwood, and then jam-packed from Northgate Way to I-90. Southbound 99 through Seattle is packed from the zoo to the stadiums, where your Mariners have a 6:40 game. Roadwork has eastbound 90 bumper to bumper now from I-5 here in Seattle across from Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. It's half that amount of time on eastbound 520. Coming into Seattle from Bellevue, 25 minutes on 520. It's a half hour on I-90. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Okay, you were patiently waiting for those mortgage rates to drop, and now you're ready to go. Maybe you want to move out because, well, you're an empty nester. Maybe it's mortgage rates. Maybe it has to do with interest or taxes or something. Maybe you're just trying to find a different community where you fit in. So whatever the reason is that you wanted to move, now's the time. So make the move. But you've got to make sure that you've got a great realtor working for you. And that's where Mike Novak comes in. Novak spends 70 times more than the average agent when it comes to marketing your home. That means the home being seen and shown and sold. And his technique works because Mike Novak sells a home every single day. In fact, he's willing to put his money where his mouth is. Get this. Mike Novak says, I guarantee that I'll sell your home in 21 days or I won't charge you any commission. So if you're going to put that house in the market because you waited for the interest rates to drop, well, now's the time, and everybody else is going to put their house on the market, but you want to get yours sold top dollar. So the best thing to do is go to online, meetthenovaks.com. That's Meet the Novaks, spelling Novaks for you, Novaks.com.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Your time is money. So why are you wasting it stuck in I-5 gridlock, TSA slowdowns, and SeaTac crowds? Isn't it time to travel smarter? Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Park for free next to our terminals. Check in 20 minutes before your departure. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
The Jake and Spike Show.
Check it late at night when my wife's not looking.
Weekdays noon to 3.
My favorite thing on my phone, which is my weather app.
First thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
On KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM and the KIRO Newsradio app.
If you've been considering upgrading your siding, now is the perfect time. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. In the Pacific Northwest, moisture is the enemy. Old failing siding leads to hidden water damage, rot, and mold. State Roofing and Exteriors is a James Hardy preferred contractor with over 55 years of siding expertise. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your siding inspection today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The FBI says a gunman who was at a facility in Dallas wrote anti-ice on an unused bullet, used the others to carry out a deadly shooting from the rooftop of a building near a Dallas detention facility. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
Now, we know that the gunman was firing indiscriminately at the building, including at a transport van in the Sally Port, and it was there that 3 detainees were shot while they were inside the van. And of course, as we've reported, 1 has been confirmed deceased while 2 are in critical condition.
Authorities say the suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells CBS News.
That has to be my number one concern right now, is making sure that men and women can go out there, do their mission, but they go home safe to their families.
He says agents were trying to help the detainees, and he identifies the shooter as Joshua John. A lawsuit is filed by the widow of one of the dozens of people killed in a crash between an American Airlines plane and an Army helicopter over Washington, D.C. in January. The lawsuit claims a failure to recognize the warning signs after more than 30 documented near misses in the area. Attorney Brian Alexander says the suit names the U.S. Army.
But the lawsuit will also address the complete and total failure of the Army helicopter crew to follow basic fundamental principles of flight.
Also being used, the FAA sued the FAA and American Airlines. ABC says more than 32 million people watched the return of Jimmy Kimmel last night on TV and online.
While Jimmy Kimmel is back on his ABC late night show.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
It's still not on everywhere. And in a new statement, Nexstar says it will keep preempting the show on its ABC stations, extending a blackout that began last week. The company says it will continue to evaluate the status of the show and is, quote, engaged in productive discussions with execs at Disney. Together, the Nexstar and Sinclair groups account for about a quarter of ABC's affiliates nationwide. Matt Piper, CBS News.
5 people have died after contracting a rare flesh-eating bacteria in Louisiana. The bacteria has also been seen in other locations along the Gulf Coast. CBS's Katie Weiss has more.
As far north as Massachusetts, oyster beds and swimming areas are having to be closed as a result of cases of Vibrio, also called a flesh-eating bacteria, being on the rise. Here in the Gulf Coast, it's no different. I spoke with one woman who cut her foot at a boat launch during Labor Day weekend, and that sent her the very next day into emergency surgery.
A federal judge refuses to reinstate 8 former inspectors general fired by the Trump administration. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, U.S. Marshals now say Travis Decker is dead. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
This report brought to you by Wilcox Family Farms Eggs. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. It is pretty solid from Kirkland into Alderwood. You'll catch a little breather through Canyon Park, and it's really thick through Kirkland. Seattle to Everett will take you 50 minutes. It's solid from the U District into Linwood. Everett to Seattle, 1 hour. We've got 3 backups now. We're slow in Everett from Broadway down to 526 from an earlier stall. We're crowded in Linwood, and then bumper to bumper from Northgate Way down to I-90. Everett to Bellevue, you're wide open. It's once you get to Bellevue, South 405 jams up right there at 520. Remains thick all the way to Northeast 44th at the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, 40 minutes. It's road work that has eastbound 90 bumper to bumper from I-5 across Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue is taking a half hour. It's half that time on a wide open eastbound 520. In Pacific, northbound 167, we're down to 1 lane approaching Ellingson Road due to a bridge strike that happened last night. You're back to bumper into Sumner. Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the package for healthier eggs with 3 times the omega-3s. Choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs, locally fresh since 1909. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. U.S. Marshals now say Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 daughters, is dead. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports the Chelan County Sheriff is not quite ready to make it official.
Sheriff Mike Morrison wants all DNA results back from the state crime lab to make sure they all match before he agrees Travis Decker is dead.
We want to make sure that what we have from clothing matches up with the remains and all of our other evidence, but I think we're on the right path.
Tuesday, U.S. Marshals filed a motion to dismiss an arrest warrant for Decker, advising a judge Decker is deceased. Morrison says he'll file a similar motion once he can officially bring closure to family and friends. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Mother of a missing Grays Harbor County girl is out of prison. Jordan Bowers, mother of Oakley Carlson, just served time for identity theft. Bowers and Oakley's father are still the only persons of interest in that case. Oakley disappeared in 2021 when she was just 4 years old. An 11-year-old student is under arrest for bringing a gun to Liberty Middle School in Spanaway. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
He was on the bus Tuesday morning when another student saw the gun in his backpack and alerted school officials as soon as the bus reached campus. In an unusual move, the boy was booked into Raymond Hall Juvenile Justice Center. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto tells us why.
The preliminary investigation did determine this 11-year-old knew very well what he was doing and had taken substantial steps to bring this firearm to school.
The boy has been placed in a diversion program. If completed successfully, he will avoid any possible charges. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Yes, we are talking playoffs, and the Seattle Mariners, they are the talk of the town, punching their ticket to the postseason last night.
Feels good. I'm a diehard Mariner fan, and I've been waiting for a division title since I was 5 years old, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Ems could win the American League West tonight. First pitch against the Rockies is set for 6:40. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Clear skies tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, and some cooler air also moving in, highs in the upper 60s on Thursday. Right now, 72 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Fat bats. Fat bats, fat barrels.
Manufacture runs.
You ever heard the phrase, you barrel up that ball?
That means you got the sweet spot.
Move the guy along, taken out. So you're taking a little bit extra from the top, put the ball in play,
down a little bit to make the barrel slightly fatter.
and put the ball so if you barrel it up, so instead of going for the long ball, let's go farther. I'll take a fat bat that are given to us and it puts the ball in play a little bit more than it has been. We're missing maybe 1 run an inning as opposed to shoot for 3 to 4 runs an inning. So
That's
stretch
brutal.
out the ball.
Stop it! Stop it! I'm gonna have a seizure.
Oh my God.
I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love there is no cure for.
Yeah.
I think I love you.
Playing this because this is the day. What is it? This
Partridge Family premiered.
Yes, that's right.
1970.
It was, and this song was nominated.
Or?
Oh no, the group was nominated for a Grammy, but they lost to the Carpenters. But this song was number 1 in 1971. Is it a harpsichord?
Yes.
I don't know what I'm up against.
Okay, whatever. Nate. Diving in the That's the first time in radio history that somebody has stopped Aaron talking about baseball.
Yeah.
With a Partridge Family song.
We might need to use Aaron's baseball, I don't know, optimism and make an AI song out of that.
Okay. See that, Aaron? See what we're doing there? Okay, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about it. We gotta get my computer to stop. Here comes Mayoral.
Might as well go win the whole thing.
Whoa, Cal. You better just watch your mouth.
They got T-shirts made of that. See that?
What did it say?
I can't repeat it. Might as well win the whole bleeping thing, he said.
Okay.
And the T-shirts say,
might as well win the whole bleeping thing.
Bleeping thing.
Rick Riz with the call.
Here's the set and the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a drive deep into the gap in left center field. Down for extra bases. Rayleigh will score. Crawford will score. He's waving in Julio. Here comes Julio rounding third. He'll score. A bases clearing 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead. 4-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Naylor comes through in the clutch with 2 outs, a double into the gap in left center field, scoring Rayleigh, Crawford, and Julio Rodriguez. It's a brand new ball game, and the fans are on their feet.
I like to have Rick Riz like be a minister at a wedding, right?
Yeah.
And here comes the bride. She arrives. That'd be great, right? Do you take to have and hold? All right. So I'm sure you watched.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, this must have taken a couple of years off your life. You might want to go to the longevity medical clinic because the Mariners, well, in the 8th, was it the 8th inning?
Yeah, bottom 8. They were down by, it would have been, 2 runs? Yeah, because it was a 3-run double. They took the lead, yeah.
And at no time did you doubt the Mariners?
Honestly, no.
Wow.
I felt pretty good about it. I mean, they are playing a historically bad team.
Yes, they are.
And that pitching staff is like last place in all categories. So
the Rockies, I think, won 47 games or so, 48?
Something like that. It's pretty bad for them. Yeah.
Imagine how great they would have felt if they came in here and beat the Mariners. 43.
That's like historically bad.
That's a long season.
I know. Yeah, no, honestly, I felt okay. I mean, I felt like, the team's good enough. And then especially in the 8th, when the first runners get on base, you're like, all right, let's get after it. Here we go.
You know what Rye told me was the most exciting moment? And I forget what was happening on the field. He said everybody there was looking at their phones because they needed the Yankees to win. Yeah. And soon as they found out the Yankees win, the whole place went nuts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And
scoreboard watching this time of year is fun. Yeah.
Right. So then all of a sudden you've got, Yankees win. So what does that mean for the Mariners?
Shoot, man. I mean, they're one game away. They're one win away or one loss of the Astros away from clinching the AL West. Woo. And then they could feasibly get the number 2 seed as early as tomorrow, depending on what happens between tonight, and then Detroit and Cleveland. They're playing each other.
So Rod comes home last night after the game, has had a couple of beers in him, so I'm talking to him, and I said, so how do you feel about the Mariners? He said, Dad, I'm just exhausted. I said, why? He goes, because I don't want the Mariners, of course I want the Mariners to win everything, but I don't have the capacity to dedicate my life as I have to the Seahawks and the Mariners. It's like having two girls. I said, it's like having two girls, right? It's like, whatever, yeah. I go, no, it's like having to get two girlfriends. You got both girlfriends. You're both in love with both of them, right? So he goes, no, but I just want the one season to end so I could just focus entirely on the Seahawks. But now I have so much work to do as a fan.
Two venues to have your heart broken in as well.
Well, yeah, but that's
the best time of year, man.
Down the line on that kind of thing.
I beg to differ. This is the best time of year. I mean, October baseball and NFL football at the same time. What else do you really want as a sports fan? And the NBA is starting up too, which I don't really care about.
Right.
But, yeah.
Aaron, you've had two girlfriends before, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it similar?
Sure.
Okay.
I've not, by the way, just for the record.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids.
Here's what I love about it. I don't mind people getting on the bandwagon. It's great because you go to a gas station, you sit maybe this guy's got a Mariners shirt on. Remember when the Seahawks were just marching towards the Super Bowl and you'd stop to get gas? It's a Saturday before, like 2 games before. And you're like, how about the Seahawks? What do you think? The guy's like, oh my God, yeah. And you're talking about it. I mean, you get the same thing going on now, right?
It brings community together like nothing else. Sports transcends everything in a community. I went to the game last Sunday when Cal, I think he broke Mantle's record that day, and the first thing I did was just high five the guy right behind me.
Right.
Didn't care who he was, didn't know who he was, and we were just chanting and cheering and
don't care who he voted for.
Don't exactly. We're all bleeding teal and silver and Northwest green or whatever colors they have.
That's nice.
Yeah.
My father used to say, men have sports in common. You could sit down at a bar. You got a layover in, I don't know, Cleveland. You're sitting there and you got all those screens are on. You could turn to somebody next to you and you immediately have sports.
Yes.
He said, my father, kind of frozen caveman that he was, defrosted, still using words, but Dad, we don't use that word anymore. Right? He said, men have sports in common. And then he would say, what do women? Like if women were sitting all together, not at a bar waiting for a flight out of Cleveland or something, but what is it that women all talk about? And anytime he asked a question, he always knew the answer that he thought was the right answer. So I'll ask you. So what do you think? So men have. You can talk to a total stranger, turn around, high five some guy, you don't know who he is, doesn't matter. You're at a gas station, you're filling your car, and you talk Seahawks, you talk Mariners, whatever it is. It's got that sort of fever part of it. So what do women, total strangers, what would they have in common that they would talk about?
Can I say it depends on if they're married or not?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
You want to throw that in there?
Yeah, if they're married with kids, they're probably talking about their kids.
Okay, yes.
Or husbands / men.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So my father would say you're not allowed to put those filters in there because you don't filter the guys sitting at the bar talking about sports. So you just say women. What's the one thing they have in common? Ooh, there's a Wilcox Family Farm ad just popped up on me. Sorry, who's ever got this mic next? Quiet, Joe. Like your feet don't smell. All right. So what is it? It's men.
Yeah.
That's what he would say. He said women have that in common, that they share the experience of what it's like having to deal with men. And that's the one thing that they talk about, and they can go for hours and hours and hours about sharing horror stories about the guy in their life.
Do they talk about men talking about sports?
I'm sure that's probably a half an hour in.
Right?
Yes.
So then the women are talking about sports.
Not in the same loving way.
And again, antiquated perspective, the defrosted caveman.
Yes. Yeah. But I still think it holds true today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Careful. You're going to write your text.
Nope.
All right. I guess the big question is, we're still talking Mariners for 1 second there. Are the tickets still available?
There are.
No.
Tonight and tomorrow, there are tickets.
Completely sold out when the Dodgers come to town.
Dodgers are sold out.
Forget about it.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, tickets do go on sale for the playoffs at noon.
Okay.
And we talked to someone at the team today. They said last time in 2022, they sold out within an hour. So get a jump on it tomorrow.
Get in early. Are they still letting you kind of sneak down from the top, come on down? They still let you do that? Or do they catch you? You wouldn't know.
You mean when the crowd thins out?
Yeah. Or like during
I
the
think
game.
they've been a little less strict from when I was a kid. They don't really check your ticket when you go down anymore. Go ahead.
Question: How does this record compare with the 2001 Mariners record?
Put them on the spot like that, Joe?
Hey, that's not fair.
I think they won 89 games that year, maybe 90.
Okay.
Oh, 01, you said, or
that was the best. That was
one. It was 116.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know that, but I thought you were talking about the last playoff run.
No.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. And James is still available.
Yeah.
All right. Yesterday, a glutton for punishment I decided to sit through because I have endorsed Katie Wilson for mayor. So I watched the debate. Angela Russell-Poe did a great job. Dave Rose did a great job. Really good. She asked me what I thought because I gave her a standing ovation when she came in today.
She did.
And I said, really great. Just ask the question. You don't do follow-up because you start doing follow-up. I was watching on Facebook as people were commenting. And they didn't mention the moderators once, which is good. You kind of want to just call them as you see them. You don't push back too hard because if you ask the question, the person doesn't ask the question, ask it again, then you start to seem like you're kind of playing favorites because people are really highly attuned. Does that guy have a bias or does she have a bias? I thought they did a great job. The debate went on. It was exactly, I think, 1 hour. They were really tight on the time. We put some highlights or lowlights. I sat through it, but then Joe had to sit through the whole thing and then.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Katie is asked about is she comfortable asking Seattleites to pay more in taxes?
I would prefer that we take the lead on new progressive revenue, for example, through a local capital gains tax, so that we're not asking Seattle residents to pay more sales tax, which is a very regressive tax, just to backfill our budget deficit.
Okay, thank you.
So I started researching how many taxes have been passed just in the last 5 years, and
here comes Angela.
Counted at least 4, some property, and several of them. You were involved in the Jumpstart tax, which was for large businesses. Right. So are you thinking that the city of Seattle is ready for another tax like that?
I think we have to look at that because the fact is that we still have a massive budget deficit, and that's a problem that has not been solved in the current budget.
Yeah, so 2025, 2026, the deficit now is $250 million. The mayor says what he's going to do is he's going to take the money from Jumpstart, which is supposed to be just for Jumpstart. He's going to move it over to the general fund, $287 million, plus 159 jobs. They're not going to fill those. He's also putting a hiring freeze in place. That was his plan to be able to handle all this sort of stuff. Russell Poe also asked about 50% reduction in police.
I know at one point you did call for a 50% reduction in police. Do you still stand by that?
Absolutely not. I think I've been very clear in this campaign and in my platform about my stance on policing. And so, yes, we need to keep hiring officers. We do have a staffing crisis, but we also need to make sure that we're using the police capacity that we have wisely. And the fact is we still have officers performing many functions for which they're not necessary, right?
That was the vulnerability that Bruce Harrell, the mayor, kept kind of going back to about, you said you were going to, reduce police, and he's sort of stepping up and kind of trying to be the law and order guy now. He talked about, this is the comment that he had made, I forget when he made this one.
Was it that town hall?
It was the town hall one, right. They had a whole bunch of people up there, bunch of people hard on the left. So the mayor came out with, this is a comment he made yesterday. He said, when it comes to adequate staffing for police.
So adequately staffing was her answer. What does that mean? What you have to know is the right ratio. 1.9 per 1,000 people. We need 1,500 officers. And for her to change her position just a couple of years later, good. That's good.
Yeah.
But you were leading the defund movement. You were advancing positions that made no sense from a public safety standpoint. I need 7-minute response times. I need officers to be able to get out the car, know the communities. I need to recruit officers from the communities. I need officers to be able to do investigations and be able to solve domestic violence situations. This is why I need this many officers.
Right. So you're going to hire these officers, and you're going to get the best people. They're going to apply for the job. Then they're going to go through the academy. They're going to go through all the tests, and they're going to get that job, and they're going to do that job. Well, the mayor a couple of weeks ago, when asked, because a bunch of hard leftists were up there in the audience, so he decided he's going to be the big man. He says,
You have to develop trust.
This is from what, a couple weeks
No,
ago?
this is last night.
This is last night? Okay.
And you develop trust by, you have to earn it. And so under our administration, I went to every precinct, talked to every officer, looked them in the eye, and I said this, let's talk about George Floyd. I think this man was murdered. This can't happen here in Seattle. I want you to trust me and I'll trust you. And what we're able to do, when we're under the consent decree 12 years ago, 1 out of every 5 incidents, unreasonable force was used. Now we set a national standard. It's less than 1%.
Okay, whatever. I just don't have time to go into it. Yeah. Yeah.
1 out of 5. Sheesh.
Yeah, that's good. I got to give the mayor credit. Boy, he had the numbers right there at his fingertips. He was rattling them off. They weren't using the binders on any of that sort of stuff, and he's doing all of it. So you can really tell the health of a city. If a city has commercial real estate above 10% available, vacancy rate above 10%, you got big, big problems. We're at 34%. 34%. So San Francisco, Seattle, Denver, and that can happen from tech reduction. That can happen from people working from home. That can also come from overbuilding. But we are at 34%. The market is sending very clear signals that they don't want to do business in Seattle. Here's Nate checking traffic for you. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Global Credit Union has the update. Bellevue to Everett, still a 1-hour drive. It's solid from Kirkland into Canyon Park now, and then you're going to clear out. Just barely scooting along, though, through Kirkland. Seattle to Everett is at 50 minutes. You're slow from the U District into Linwood. It thins out once you get through Shoreline. Everett to Seattle, still a 1-hour drive. We are still looking at 3 backups. You've got one coming out of Everett from Lowell Road to the Everett Mall, crowded through Linwood and bumper to bumper from Northgate Way to I-90. Southbound 99 through Seattle is packed now from Green Lake to the stadiums. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, 35 minutes on both 520 and I-90. Both routes are packed from 405 into Seattle. Eastbound 90, you're bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue across Mercer Island due to road work. Seattle to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. Eastbound 520 is wide open. Tacoma to Olympia, plan on 45 minutes. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Remember that part when you looked into that betrothed eyes and said, till death do us part? When you think about it, that is probably the most binding moment is you exchange your marital vows. Till death do us part. You're committed to that individual, right? So, Nick said to me, it's not fair. You're going to Longevity Medical Clinic. You've been there since 2009. I want you to live a long time. I want to live a long time. I said, great, let's go together. So she has now become a patient. I've been there since 2009 with 25 years of experience at Longevity Medical Clinic. I've got a great doctor. Nick does as well. She went in, did the blood test, and then they called her up and they told her all the things that they're noticing. And now she is on the program to extend her life. So we're going to be able to live a long, long, happy life. That's exactly what Longevity Medical Clinic has been doing for 25 years, extending people's lives by being proactive, looking for the early indicators of heart disease and diabetes and cancer. They leave little breadcrumbs, and those good doctors there start to look for those. They see the early indicators and stop them or reverse them. It's just science, and you really find out that these guys were the pioneers in this business of extending people's lives. Take the free health analysis now at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Number 38, Max Strong, fullback. Certainly one of the great Seahawks of all time. Selfless player, leader on that offense, played special teams, and was a great receiver out of the backfield.
The Hawks aim for their 3rd straight win, playing under the Thursday night lights in Arizona against the division rival Cardinals. Kickoff 5:15, pregame at 2.
Right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. September is a magical month for whale watching, according to the team at Puget Sound Express. This is the time of year when many whale-watching cruises see a combination of Bigg's killer whales and humpback whales on the same trip. Last week, PSE Tours spotted 10 different orca families, and humpbacks are busy feeding in September and October before resuming their Pacific Ocean migrations. It's a terrific time to get on the water and see marine wildlife. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers daily guaranteed whale-watching tours departing from Edmonds. These half-day tours are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Puget Sound Express also offers tours out of beautiful Port Townsend and Port Angeles on the Olympic Peninsula. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
When I needed some work done on my roof, there was only one company to call, Valentine Roofing. Hey, it's Jake Skorheim, and when I needed my roof fixed, Valentine Roofing went the extra mile to get there fast. They got my roof looking like new again. The scheduling was seamless and easy. Even though I couldn't be there, they still got the job done and sent me all the details with a link to pictures and video from the service. And let me tell you, if your roof or gutters are not fall ready, if those asphalt shingles are cracking and breaking down from years of moss, which is what happened on my roof, if your gutters are sagging, clogged, or pulling away, you should do what I did and call Valentine Roofing. Don't trust your home to anyone else. Those leaves, needles, and branches will fall, and the rain will come. But fortunately, Valentine makes knocking out that fall checklist stress-free. They'll even insulate your attic and clean the exterior of your home. And with zero-down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. This fall, give your home the Valentine it deserves. Check them out online at valentineroof.com or call 206-ROOFING and get your free estimate today. That's 206-ROOFING.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it!
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch! What a snag by Julio Rodriguez!
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their third consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. 3 detainees were shot today at an ICE facility in Dallas. Todd Lyons is that agency's acting director. He says a sniper took aim from a nearby rooftop.
Multiple rounds were fired into the building indiscriminately, into the lobby doors, the windows, various walls in the building, but also our Sally Port, which is where we bring in the secure location for detainees.
One of those detainees was killed, the 2 others in critical condition. The shooter took his own life. FBI says anti-ICE statements were found on the bullets. An Oregon firefighter is back home after being detained by Border Patrol agents while battling the Bear Gulch fire. 23-year-old Rigoberto Hernandez was arrested last month
for refusing to answer their questions about his immigration status.
That's Matt Adams with the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project. He says they filed a lawsuit arguing the arrest was unlawful. Hernandez has lived in the U.S. since age 4 and has a pending visa. No comment yet from ICE. The mayor of Federal Way is touting a big crime drop in his city. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
From August of 2024 to August of 2025, crime dropped in Federal Way by 25%.
What I attribute this to, the ability to pursue car thieves, which has absolutely had an astonishing impact on our ability to fight crime in this community.
Federal Way Mayor Jim Farrell tells the Jason Rantz Show on Seattle Red 770 AM that almost every serious crime in his city happened in or was facilitated by a stolen vehicle. Car thefts, by the way, were down 55%. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
There is some significant damage to a bridge on northbound 167 near Pacific. WashDOT says a truck hit the bridge last night, reducing traffic to one lane on that highway. WashDOT's R.B. McKeon says the bridge is part of the detour for the White River Bridge closure.
This is just a really unfortunate situation where we've had two bridge strikes in, kind of close proximity to each other.
And no word yet how long before the 167 bridge is fixed. Crews hope to have the White River Bridge back in service by mid-November. Coming up on 5:33, let's go down to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Lake Washington Windows and Doors has our update. Federal Way, we've got a new collision, North 5 at the truck scales, just before State Route 18. It's in your right center lane. You're backed up to the Puyallup River Bridge. Right now, Tacoma to Federal Way is going to take you 25 minutes, about a 10-minute delay. Pacific, we were just talking about this, northbound 167, down to a single lane, approaching Ellingson Road. You're in about a 2 to 3 mile bumper-to-bumper backup right now. So crews are assessing the damage and should have a plan for us tomorrow to decide what they're going to do here. Bellevue to Everett at 1 hour. It's solid between Kirkland and Canyon Park. You're just barely moving through Kirkland. Seattle to Everett is at 50 minutes. You're slow from the U District into Linwood. Everett to Seattle, still a 1 hour drive. We've still got 3 backups. Got South Everett slow from Lowell Road to the Everett Mall, crowded through Linwood, and then just barely moving between Northgate and I-90. Southbound 99 is packed from Green Lake to the stadiums. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, 35 minutes on both routes. And a reminder, eastbound 90 due to road work is bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue across Mercer Island. Seattle to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. Lake Washington Windows Autumn Savings Event is on now. Save $500 per window, $1,000 per door, plus enjoy 0 payments, 0 interest for 12 months. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Much better air quality tonight. Cooler air moving in tomorrow. Highs in the upper 60s for Thursday and Friday. Right now, 72 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Taney, if you'd be so kind to spin the giant Wilcox Family Farm Eggs recipe wheel, we'd greatly appreciate it. How she does over my... It must be a button. She must have a button or something like that. Names of all the players are on the wheel. Red, green, yellow, bright, white, red, and it lands on Joe.
Oh,
wow. Haven't had you for a while.
No. So I'd like to recommend the Mountain House dehydrated egg meals for when you're backpacking in the mountains and you can't carry eggs with you. I'm assuming that they use Wilcox Family Farm eggs in their dehydrated eggs recipe, but all you do is add some water and you're good to go.
There we go. Excellent. Yeah, Teeny likes it. Don't forget all the recipes in a leather-bound book sent to your house on a weekly basis. Here he comes.
Talking sports with Mark. He's your go-to.
Said he doesn't like this song anymore.
Athleticism. He said he never liked it.
Sports with Mark. Give the guy a try. Although he only got his
job for nepotism.
He'll tell you the score. Holding it 2x4. And out the crowd cheering, begging, asking him for more. Yeah, we're talking sports with Ryan.
Right, thanks for spending some time with us. Certainly appreciate it. By the way, Aaron has stayed in the studio so the two of you can celebrate the Mariners. Unlike Aaron, you've got a dedication that says, I'm driving all the way from Lake Chelan to go to a Mariners game.
Good job, Ryan.
Yeah. And closed roads made it a 4-hour drive.
Oh.
So I spent more time driving than I did attending the game. But well worth it in the end. It was kind of funny. During the third inning, the stadium realized suddenly that the Yankees had won, thus that this game against the Rockies was the magic game, which which made it pretty exciting. And then the Rockies delivered a great performance, and it wasn't like we just steamrolled them. It was a storybook finish.
Yeah, that's what you want. So it was the 8th inning. I guess the Mariners were down. And then an unbelievable Rick Riz made a great call explaining exactly how everybody was supposed to just get exactly where they needed to get out of everything when Rick Riz announces that.
Here's the set and the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a drive deep into the gap in left center field. Down for extra bases. Rayleigh will score. Crawford will score. He's waving in Julio. Here comes Julio rounding third. He'll score.
Do I hear you in the crowd? Are you yelling as well, Rye? I couldn't quite get your voice in there.
Little bit. Not so much.
What?
Not so much. I will say that was one of the first Mariner games I've ever been to. I think it is the first where after about the 7th inning, everybody stood up. The whole crowd, like a Seahawks game where everyone's just standing the whole time. Everyone was, which is so rare at a baseball. People were standing through the commercial breaks. They were up for about 35 minutes, and then, of course, when we win the game, everybody stayed in the stadium to watch, the celebration.
Yeah.
Were you feeling nervous, Rye, heading into the 8th inning down against the Rockies? I mean, that bullpen's pretty brutal.
The thing about it, maybe why I wasn't so – because the stakes are kind of low. Like, the only stake I had in it was, hey, I'd like to be at the game where they clinch. So if they lose tonight, then that just won't happen. But they'll do it the next day. And if they don't do it then they'll do it the next day. Like, there wasn't, like, a whole lot to lose, which it sort of alleviated my nerves.
Can you explain to the rest of us, because I was trying to explain the fact that now certainly you didn't wish the Mariners season to end early, but the capacity that you have to dedicate your entire life to really only one sport at a time, and now you've got
It's quite the predicament I'm put in every September, and it's been easy. I'm conditioned throughout my life to stop caring about baseball in September because the Mariners have made it easy to do that. You just stop caring. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But as soon as the NFL season starts, almost all of my dedication goes towards the Seahawks. And it bothered me last night that this whole crowd it's sold out on a Tuesday. Everybody's going crazy. I mean, it's a jubilation. They're just partying afterwards. And I'm like, this feels about as good as like a Seahawks touchdown right now. Like it bothers me that it's my own problem.
Yeah.
And this isn't even interesting. This is like sports therapy. But I have a lot of love for the Mariners, but a lot of that love is used up through May to June.
I see.
It's August.
I see. Okay. Well, thanks for calling, and we'll get you in touch with the doctor as soon as we possibly can. Let's talk a little bit of football. Seahawks heading to Arizona, taking on the Cardinals. Cardinals struggling in the secondary, lack of experience back there. Linebacker unit doesn't really have any particular leader. And then if you can get Murray out of the pocket, it's trouble for Murray. So I'm going to go out on a limb. This feels like a win for the Seahawks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I've looked into this game a healthy amount. I don't see. I just don't see a lot of reason to panic for Seattle here. Like you said, their secondary is very banged up. They are very injured. Just week 4, they're already really injured. And we have sort of been, the Seahawks have been the beneficiary of the Cardinals not willing to let this Kyler Murray experiment die.
Ooh, wait, whoa. Stop the music. It's an experiment?
It really is. You draft a guy who's 5 foot tall. That's an experiment.
They have been in the program a little taller than that. But haven't we had other quarterbacks that I could name, and you could as well, that are the same height as Mr. Murray?
Well, it's not just his height. It's everything. He was the number 1 overall pick. It's not like they took a flyer on some third-round guy like we did when we drafted our short quarterback. This is more, you were drafting the Kyler Murray experience, which is, for a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, really bad body language. And sort of this only child sort of energy that he has. And he's brilliant at times. Sometimes you watch him and you go, this is amazing. The guy can run around and make people miss and be elusive in the open field, and then he can hang in the pocket and deliver a great throw. He has a good arm. And it took me a few years to realize that, but he does. Overall, though, there's just been a natural issue with him. He just can't stay healthy. And then sometimes when he is healthy and the team deteriorates around him, he is not really a leader. And I don't think he's really a high-level elite quarterback when it comes to, like, the natural stuff, footwork, throwing with anticipation, you know? And then some of that is just that he's short. He's really, really short. And, like, maybe he can't see over his offensive lineman. That whole song and dance. So Seattle has been able to – we've had his number. We've had the Cardinals number. But they're getting better as a team. Now, third year under head coach Jonathan Gannon, the team's starting to round out into form, especially defensively. And they were really in the doldrums for a while. And they're starting to get up and make a little bit of noise. But a lot of question marks with them. They barely beat the Saints. I don't know if you want to do the transitive property of NFL football, but if you barely beat the Saints, we beat them by 100. So, I mean, that's got to mean something, right? And then the Panthers almost came back on them. They recovered an onside kick. The the Cardinals did everything to lose that game to a really bad Carolina team. And then they lose last week to the Niners without Brock Purdy. They lose to the Mac Jones-led Niners. So sort of hard to diagnose what the Cardinals are right now, but they are injured, and they just lost their captain, running back, James Conner. I just don't see a lot of avenues, and our defense is playing so well. I think this will be sort of another low-scoring game.
Wait. Prediction. Here we go. Take it to the bank. Get ready. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Take this one to the house. Seahawks.
27. Seahawks 27, Cardinals 13.
There it is right there. Okay. And by the way,
And one final note.
Yes.
One final note. The game tomorrow will be on Amazon Prime, and that's awful. We hate that.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. There he goes, out the door. All right, let's go to Nate over there checking traffic for you, Nathan.
All righty, let's see. Federal Way, we already cleared our collision north 5 at the truck scales. You're backed up to the EQC. Tacoma to Federal Way is up to a half hour. Seattle to Federal Way is a half hour. We're starting to thin out here. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, just 35 minutes. Basically, all of your slowing is south of Highway 18 at this point. Everett to Seattle, 1 hour. You've got 3 backups. We're slow in South Everett from Lowell Road down to the Everett Mall. Still crowded in Linwood and just bumper to bumper from Northgate to I-90. Southbound 99, you're packed from the zoo now down to the stadiums where the Mariners have a 6:40 game. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, about 35 minutes still on 520 and I-90. Both routes are packed from about Bellevue Way into Seattle. Eastbound 90, you're bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue across the lake over to Mercer Island due to road work. Seattle to Bellevue is going to take you a half hour. Again, eastbound 520, even though it's a toll bridge, is wide open. This report brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Call 811 or submit online at digsafewa.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perongo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, Oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game on Sunday, October 5th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, September 23rd through September 29th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This week at Dimitro's Jazz Alley, experience guitar legend Al Di Meola live on his electric tour, Land of the Midnight Sun. Shows run this Thursday through Sunday. Tickets at jazzalley.com. Next up, the Oregon Trio.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Pendergast Law.
Thank you, Sean. And Pendergast Law. We need the truncated version, Hudson, if you could please. That'll do it. Okay. Wow. That hurt there in the end. We'll get to the letter of the day. First, take care of all the rest. Joe?
Benny the Tugboat Expert on My Sweet Lord said, that's a very good song, John. You just don't like George Harrison because he was a hippie.
No, I like the... Okay, whatever. Katie in Tacoma says, what's with the know-it-all quiz? What is she doing here?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity is all the cookies.
All the
Thank you. Kind of, sort of.
She
Yeah.
gets it. David, the mailbox guy, says, love my Cal Raleigh, but can we change his name to the Big Thumper? I hate Big Dumper. I don't like to think about men's butts, especially if they're big. So please, let's change his name to the Big Thumper.
Tina in the 425 says, Hare Krishna's incense was the best I've ever smelled.
Hee-Haw Aaron says, oh, so that's how LinkedIn works. I never understood it. I have to suck blood out of a cow and share it with a sick bat. Got it.
Wendy, the truck driver, I have a bat in my freezer right now. If you'd like, I could give it to the LinkedIn people. I try.
You did great. Jamestown, actually, I'm going to skip to Elliot. He says, the question is, how many hips would Biden have broken if the escalator suddenly stopped without him?
You got 2 hips.
Yep.
Biden's happy birthday song never gets old.
Jesse B says, a haiku for the John Curley Show featuring Joe Mama. I think I love you. Mariners fans, full of hope. Could this be the year?
Okay, now if you just please roll over onto your back. Doesn't that sound like kind of massage music?
It does.
206, Puppy Love was recorded by Paul Anka. True. Paul sang it originally, I think it was 1957, but then Donny Osmond came in 1971.
And they called it Puppy Love.
Nice.
How old is he?
Oh, I guess they'll
kid.
never know.
Yeah, it's really weird. He's like a little kid singing about falling in love with somebody.
Yeah, all those oldies were kind of creepy. She was just 16. Okay, Jesse B says, I hated the Partridge Family as a kid. I had a huge crush on Sean Cassidy, the cuter Cassidy, and spent more time listening to records than pre-cable television offerings.
Then Irene Zagoma says, Donny Osmond was my crush, was the backup dancer for Weird Al in White and Nerdy video.
On Shoes in the House, Brian on Capitol Hill says, hey. We're a shoeless home. We're an Asian household. My husband's Asian. When I first met my now in-laws, he asked me, what's the first thing you need to do? And I said, duh, take off my shoes.
Okay.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny. Look, she's got the feet. Well,
Oh, wow.
You can't even see it, but then she got the see off, whatever. Camera, can't move the camera. Go ahead, sorry.
This is from Elliot on a ship in Texas, who's talking about the crazy Karen signature gathering.
Oh, yeah.
He says, as a bus-riding liberal who started listening to the show in the mornings with Tom, I can testify that John truly is an oppressed and marginalized minority. He has stupid opinions that listeners like to make fun of. There's only one John, and there are millions of us who roll our eyes at what John is saying, and then we tune in again tomorrow. We love you, John.
That's sweet.
That's all she wrote.
That's all we're trying to do.
Didn't write no more.
Oppressed, marginalized minority. That's the guy's a long-time listener. Tom and I pounded away at the show. That's great. Fun, good stuff. I say we do another hour. If everybody's okay with that, you won't be paid for it. Here we go. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Lake Washington Windows and Doors has our update. It's still busy out there. Bellevue to Everett, though, has improved to 45 minutes. It's solid between 520 and 522, and then scattered backups into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett, also a 45-minute trip. You're slow from Lake City Way through Linwood. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is down to 35 minutes. All of your slowing, again, is south of Highway 18. Now, Everett to Seattle has gone up to an hour, 10 minutes. It's 50 from Linwood. You've got 3 backups still, a brief one, albeit, at the Boeing Freeway. Still crowded through Linwood, and then jam-packed from now 130th in Northgate to I-90. Get over to Highway 99. You'll save a bunch of time, though. Southbound 99 eventually gets packed from the zoo down to the stadiums. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. You're barely moving between 520 and Cold Creek Parkway. And at Federal Way, North 5 at the truck scales. Right lane is blocked by first responders on scene of our earlier collision that has been moved over there to the shoulder. Lake Washington Windows Autumn Savings Event is on now. Save $500 per window, $1,000 per door, plus enjoy 0 payments and 0 interest for 12 months. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO News Radio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Your time is money, so why are you wasting it stuck in I-5 gridlock, TSA slowdowns, and SeaTac crowds? Isn't it time to travel smarter? Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Park for free next to our terminals. Check in 20 minutes before your departure. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
If you use the carpool or toll lanes along SR 167 without a Good-to-Go account, you'll soon receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A Good-to-Go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck's about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he sells it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.